Welcome back to Derailed. My name is JJ Lahey. I'm here with a good friend, Jake Schyvinck. Oh, man. Jake? I can't wait. Can you? I'm not doing well. Just got to be honest.
I'm doing fantastic right now. The last
Because
48
you have more
hours
patience than I do.
The last 48 hours have been incredible. And they have nothing to do with this show. Absolutely nothing to do with it. Sorry. It's just facts. Yeah, been on cloud nine since Sunday. The Masters was legitimately incredible. Been waiting for that for a long time. Tears was crying in the club for sure. As after that putt went in the playoff. So I'm jacked. I truly am. It has been incredible. It's the greatest sporting event I've gotten to witness since Green Bay Super Bowl. It'll notch itself right behind there in the 2 spot. So I'm jacked. I could go on for days, really, truly.
I'm not a big golf guy, and I didn't watch it, but I have heard from literally all of my friends that it was the greatest thing ever. And so to all of my golf fanatics out there, happy for you.
It's been awesome. It really has. Anyway, but as you know, too old for this, is commenting, and you put that out there. The thumbnail this week is maybe the best it's ever been.
Oh yeah, look at this comment here from
who is that?
I don't even know how you say that guy's name. Jijilahi.
So it's close.
Yeah.
It's got to be close.
We got some big time appreciation in the chat from Jijilahi for my thumbnail.
Did you get inspiration from the Packers and Hodkowitz kind of tweeting and quoting the tweet of that timer countdown, and you were like, you know what, I got to put that on the thumbnail, or no?
No, I don't.
You did not.
I don't follow Hodkowitz.
Okay. Well, I think the Packers also.
I did not see whatever you're referring to.
I think so. I think the Packers had the initial tweet of the draft countdown turning to single days on the countdown.
Sure.
Yeah, when it went sub 10 days, so that was a big deal up on their timer. So yeah.
Well, no, I was actually just tweeting from the heart or designing from the heart because I'm counting down the days. I can't wait until the draft. I'm going to be there for nights 1 and 2. That's the plan.
There you go.
To go over this, I enjoyed everyone getting excited for Rory on Sunday. I didn't really care, but happy for him. That's kind of where I'm at too. Is that I'm aware that it's a big deal. I can appreciate what a big deal it is, and I am very happy seeing everybody be happy. And then I was cracking up a little bit because I guess there were a couple of people who I follow on X who were not happy about it, and so I was also just entertained by them being upset. So that's fine too.
Yeah, I've been waiting. I mean, my gosh, the last time he won, I wasn't even in college yet. So it's truly unbelievable. I was hanging on every shot. I'm super, super glad that also I got to watch with my dad, which I just even thinking about that because we've both been pulling for it. Last few years, there have been 3 close calls that have been just utterly devastating. And so, yeah, it was incredible. I barely slept the night before. Just like, my God, my heart can't take another one of these. But it was awesome. It was truly awesome. I've watched the winning putt in the 7 minutes of literally no commentary probably 25 times. Yeah, I can't get enough. I truly can't get enough. It's going down as an all-timer, even for those as some have said who weren't like I want him to win. Even just kind of the golf fans are like this was like an all-timer. So yeah. Anyway, let's get to some Packers and draft, shall we?
I mean, I am enjoying your enthusiasm, but also I did come here for 2 reasons. And that is to chew gum and do mock drafts, and I'm all out of gum.
One more thing: the first time he won a major was just a few months after the Packers Super Bowl, And there's this feeling of revival reborn. And obviously we're close to Easter. So that kind of makes sense. But it just feels like, okay, he's gotten over the hump. Now it's Green Bay's turn to get back on the mountaintop after so much time.
I dig
It's
it.
time.
Well,
I mean, time.
You see the hat I'm wearing too. You know,
back on the mountain.
Just won again finally. So I think it is time for things to swing back.
And they won in the 2014-15 season. That was their last.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. How about that?
And the Packers honestly should have won in 2014.
Yeah. Well, there's that. Yeah, for sure.
So I did want to here we had a real quick conversation here. Adam asks who's going to be at the draft. So as we've discussed a couple times here, Jake is avoiding me. He's only going to show up on day 3. I'm only going to be there days 1 and 2, and he's known that for like 6 months, and he's purposely avoiding me, which is okay.
For sure. For sure.
I'm not insecure about it.
That's good.
Drew says, "Oh," so I'm assuming that means. Here we go. He followed it up. I'm already at the draft, of course, because Drew has like the best view of anywhere.
Pretty decent view of the draft, yeah.
Adam says, I want to know, are my tax dollars going towards buying Ohio State a new national title trophy? Yeah, JD Vance.
It's true. We do color college football, so that's that's part of the show. Big moment. Luckily, man, just getting overshadowed by this weekend of golf. Luckily for him,
I wish I had the video queued up so we could watch it. But JD Vance dropping the national title trophy. Hilarious. Have you seen the national championship rings that the Buckeyes put together? They open up and there's like confetti inside them.
Is there really? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh, you know what?
That's crazy. Yeah, it was an all-time fumble. We almost had 2 of them. Luckily, we didn't have 2 of them, but we almost had 2. Luckily, it's just the one.
I just realized that I don't have my redacted drink here with me.
You should probably go get that.
I'm gonna have to go get it.
You will.
But this reminds me, before I go and do that, friend of the show, Mr. Too Old for This. Did you see this? Jake, he drew this today in his spare time. All right. I love it. It says redacted energy.
Yeah.
Derail your exhaustion. I mean, this is amazing. This is
Derail your exhaustion is a perfect.
So I had to feed this image to the robot.
Oh, yes.
And see what it would look like.
Whoa. You know what it looks like a little bit? It almost like a rejected can of liquid death water.
Oh yeah,
a little bit.
It also reminds me of the Monster white cans. Let me see here. Here I got an image.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I'm in the wrong tab.
That's a good call.
I hate every time you accidentally land up on the shopping page, it won't let you open the images. Here we go. And sharing this time instead. There we go.
Shopping is bad. Yeah, it's super annoying.
So, but thank you, Tool, for this. I'm starting to think that
it's pretty sick.
If the brand that shall not be named. Oh, Drew says, what flavor would redacted be?
It's the mystery airhead flavor. Gotta be. Gotta be.
Well, this is the one flaw with our design here, is that there's no room on this label for the flavor. So I think redacted energy is the name, the brand name, and then derail your exhaustion is our tagline, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, he says cherry. Actually, you know what? I'm down with a white can being cherry. I like that.
I was gonna say there are white raspberries too, but white that's
raspberry.
Clever. That's in the Ed Policy energy drink, which I'm sure
the ingredient is green 19.
Sure is bound to hit the shelves this summer.
Can we get Ed Policy?
Make sure to find one near you.
This energy drink, and then this energy drink can sponsor this podcast, and then we in turn can make a donation to the Ed Policy Foundation for underprivileged Canadians.
Ooh. Door County Cherry. Door County Cherry.
I'm assuming Door County Cherry does not already exist, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
SDN says, since when is confetti code for cocaine? This actually, full circle, redacted energy, this flavor can just be confetti, but it tastes like cocaine.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Jake, can you ad-lib for 15 seconds while I sprint
sure.
to the kitchen and grab my can of redacted?
Yeah, I'll hit some of the comments.
Ready?
That we passed up real quick. Yeah, so JJ's gone. Now we can party. No, I'm just kidding. So Tyler Dershel said, did we draft Tet yet? Yeah, the Tet visit was today. So those who haven't seen the video on my thing, go watch it if you haven't, about Ted McMillan. And for those interested, Colson Loveland also. It dropped today. Go take a peek. He is super. It's incredible. You go watch a guy, and you kind of you have all the stuff put together for the video. You go put it away. You study other guys. You come back to it. You put the thing together, and you go, my gosh, this guy is outstanding. So yeah, but there you go. What else? Andrew said
I have
50 animals drafted, which is awesome. That's super dope. And then one more thing. I know Adam said, come on, you got to get in the car and be there for night one. Listen, if I didn't do the live draft show every year, I would go. But the last time that was the case was actually 2016. So I've done a live show every year since then. Starting in 2017. So like that, we just kind of keep going, But yeah, what do you got?
I mean, I'm a little bit offended that you won't at least come for day 2.
I've always done both days. Day 2 is the best, it really is. But
Tool for this says, I'm loving Ibuka more and more. Listen, every year, I do my homework and I scout the first round wide receivers, and then I just kind of toss it in the trash can and I say, it's never going to happen. They're not going to draft him. I did think in 2022 when we had 2 first round picks, I thought, this is the year. Just freaking take George Pickens.
They were going to, I think. Like, they were going to take one of those guys that had they fallen there. Maybe not Burks. I don't know. But obviously,
I think they really wanted. I think they would have been more than willing to take Christian Watson in the first round. More than willing.
Probably, yeah. I think if Tampa Bay or someone else, did Tampa Bay trade out? I'll have to go back. I have to go back on that. There were like 2 teams in front of Green Bay where I'm like, one of these could be Wyatt. And if they had taken Wyatt, for sure, Green Bay takes Watson there. Absolutely. 0 question.
Tool for this says, quick mock draft while JJ is gone.
Yeah.
Loveland. Tool for this, here's the problem. You spelled my name wrong. Right? I spell it capital J, period, capital J, period. Look, if I take your name off the screen, I think it'll show. There. Oh, I have a stupid name on there. Of course I do. I'm changing it right now. Look, this is how I write my name. Whoops, those are commas. That's why you should never try and type left-handed. All right? Look, see? J. That's how you do it.
Yeah, that's good.
Burks' cone time was bad. Don't think he was a first-round option. Yeah. Yep. I remember that I liked Burks a lot. I specifically remember at one point having some debates with some friends about like where to rank Olave in comparison to Burks. So I did like Burks back then. Yeah. And when I go back and I look at my notes on Burks and I look at his, measurements and stuff, and his agility, his drills, I'm like, I don't know what I saw in him. I remember a few specific plays that I really liked, but man, I don't know. I was drinking something.
I remember liking him during the season because you always get the highlight plays and go, man, he's big and fast, and he goes and gets the ball, and that's sick. And gosh, he's super dangerous. He's a big running back when he's got the ball in his hands. Then you watch him run routes. You watch him just round stuff out. You don't watch him like pay attention to at all where defenders were, and just very, very unrefined. And I was like, I see some of the athletic talent on field is great, but I was like very suspicious and nervous. And I've been that way each year. I found somebody where I'm like, okay, I get it because of the athleticism in some of this, but I'm very suspicious about this guy. Burks was definitely that guy in 22 where I'm like, I don't know. And the other one for me was Dotson, where I'm like, I don't quite see this. I like
never
some
liked
of this
Dotson
stuff,
that much.
and I was like, I don't, because some people were putting him JJ at like wide receiver 3, and so I'm like sitting there, I'm like, I don't know how you can have him that high. I just don't. With Wilson and London and Olave and JMO, I don't get how you can find a spot for him that high up in the rankings. Like he's confined to one spot on the field. Like I don't feel like he can play in the boundary. And so, yeah, that was the other one. Quentin Johnston weirded me out by the time the evaluation process and all that was done. And Keon Coleman last year was like a no-go for me. Now he's done some decent things.
Yeah, I hated
like,
Coleman. Hated.
But like I just like the Bills was even the more frustrating thing was like, no, he's got to play slot. Like he's big slot. You already have a slot receiver, and you're trying to have Dalton Kincaid roam the field. Like what are we doing? And that's why people are like trying to give them outside receiver in mock drafts, because they actually need one, because they have a bunch of guys who can't play out there. It's wild. But yeah, that was it. It's the 50-50 balls, and I know some guys I follow are putting together some really fun data sets and running regression on it about like, contested catches way down the field. And it's like, I can see that. One, because there are plenty of contested catches down the field where you've won and your college quarterback is underthrowing them. So it's great that you can make the adjustments, but I think if you're getting targeted a bunch down the field, there's a decent amount of time where you're like, you're actually winning down there already. Like you're going and doing that. But again, that's why like you kind of put all of this together and then, spit out what you think.
I'll tell you who I never liked at all was Parker Washington.
Yeah, he was fine at the most. Like I wasn't that interested outside of like day 3. Now he might be getting, depending on what Jacksonville does, he might be getting some significant targets this year, which I'm not sure that's a great thing or not. Just feed my guy Brian Thomas. Just feed him. So
Drew's asking, assuming Milrow is drafted in the first round, is he the 3rd or 4th QB taken? How many QBs go for us? I still, and I think it's because it's a kind of a crappy QB class. I just don't have my head into the QBs that much, and I know it's because I just don't care.
Yeah, same. I've went like 8 deep at QB scouting this year because I'm like, I don't know. I picked a couple day 3 guys where I'm like, I picked Rourke to look at because I have all the Indiana games, and I'm like, I'm gonna go through Rourke, and I'm like, oh yeah, day 3, please.
Yep.
I actually went through and did the mock on Weekly Cheddar, the video on Monday that I posted. Like, I just went through a quick one, like as fast as possible. I'm like, Rourke on day 3, okay, yeah, I'll let's add him to the room because I think that's the guy I would like the most, I think. And it's like outside of that, I'm just not that interested. I am putting together something on Milrow just because he's probably the most interesting evaluation of all the guys, right?
And I do think Dart is interesting.
Yes,
he's
yes,
highly controversial, and
For sure.
The draft industrial complex loves nothing more than crapping on Jackson Dart, or
for sure,
on glazing him. There's no in
it's
between.
one of the there's no. It's kind of like okay. Like, yeah.
And I feel like you
solid.
and I are both in
like,
between. Like we see the tools.
Yeah.
We wouldn't probably draft him early.
No.
You for sure wouldn't draft him with the goal of playing him right away.
Correct.
But as a Jordan Love type of prospect,
yeah,
I'm all over Jackson Dart as a guy who is worth throwing some draft capital at.
Honestly, I don't know if any of them should start right away. I think Cam Ward has a lot of Jordan Love tendencies in the game right now. You watch him hop around a little bit in the pocket, or he's got the flat feet. And it's kind of like, all right, no, we need to like make sure that we're in the right rhythm and doing a lot of things. There are times where his feet aren't up to speed when his head and everything is when he sees everything, and he's just flinging balls short, and there's a lot of that. So I just feel like for all these guys, I wouldn't play any immediately, like any of them. I think Ward and Sanders, maybe you give them a chance late in the year, but like I don't really want to see all these guys out there getting hunted day 1 because I don't. I think it's got to take some time for pretty much all of these guys. Like last year, it was easy to be like, oh yeah, Nix is starting right away. Well, yeah, he's like 24, of course. That's sure. Jaden Daniels, he's 24 as well. Yeah, of course he should be starting. Like he's not 20 years old like a McCarthy, like a May, right? Where it's like, oh, this, they don't have that many starts under their belt. Let's ease it in, right? So there is some of that, I think, with this class where it's just like, yeah, you could take one early, sure, fine. Don't throw them to the wolves immediately.
I mean, there's nothing that NFL teams love more than throwing young quarterbacks to the wolves, though.
Oh, for sure. Yes, of course.
Do you want to look? Do you want to look at these official 30 visits?
Yes, let's do that. I'm just highlighting a few things.
Ooh, Jake is starring some comments to come back to.
Starring some stuff. While you're pulling that up, there's a few I starred that I think can be answered pretty quickly. Drew, I'm in Illinois. Real quick on that. So I'm decently close. Like decently close. Not the closest possible, but Ibuka's blocking fits right in. Matt will love his skills, and Tool for this is loving Ibuka more and more. JJ, any thoughts on that quick with Ibuka?
What's not to love with Ibuka? I mean,
yeah, for sure.
He's a great player. I mean, is he going to go in the first round? I think probably fringe first round. I could see, maybe pick 34, awesome. Something like that. Sounds about right to me for Ibuka. Is he available by the time the Packers get around to their second pick? No, I don't think so. I think that if they want him, they'd have to take him in the first round. And I just don't think that they're going to value what he does at a first round pick. So that's why I don't think he's going to end up being a Packer.
Neighbors in Ibuka getting fed by Jameis all year, please. Send me that stuff all day. I know I saw this one too. SDM40 says, are you convinced Tech can be a legit one?
Oh, yeah, I like that question.
I think eventually. I don't think he's going to walk straight in to be the legit one. I think there are things he must iron out. I've kind of talked about this on the video a lot. And when people ask me about Tet, I just kind of like, yes, I think there are certain traits that are there to be an X, but there are certain traits that need to be developed heavily to become the X. Like he's not going to walk in and do it. And I think it's just some inconsistencies against press and stem contact. Like that's kind of the similar stuff with Higgins as well. But I also think the body language. You very clearly can like I'm telling you, just go pick a game if you found one. You will know when Tet is running an in and out breaking route because he stands up before he does it. And you can tell when he's running vertical routes because the shoulders and head are down where they need to be because he's trying to sprint up the field. And so stuff like that has to be cleaned up. And when he's not tipping the hand, when he gets more adaptive and strategic against press coverage, against even soft press where guys are still going to be looking to kind of catch you at the top, right? You need to have that adaptability through contact, to become successful. And I think he can get there. But I don't think it's going to happen immediately. Like he's going to be produced immediately because what they'll do, right? Especially, say he goes to Dallas, right? My goodness, CeeDee Lamb's dictating coverage, so you're going to get some one-on-ones against the corner too. You're going to be able to go in the slot. You'll be able to flip back and forth. Like he'll be able to do that. And so like he can produce in year one. But I don't think you're going to walk away after year one going, boom, that's my Brian Thomas. Boom, that's my Malik Neighbors. Like, hey, boom, that's Lab McConkey. Like, we found our one. It's kind of like, no, we're going to give it a second. It might go at the speed Drake London. Now, I think Drake London's better at certain things than Tet. I think the modulating tempo, especially putting late pressure on stuff. Was and is. Where I'm like, I feel like he adds pressure. He had more adaptive release game to me. He had more adaptive stem work. He understood more about like, hey, I'm moving defenders here. I know this late acceleration is going to get them to bite on something. He felt more controlled in that regard. And I think again, like London kind of found out like, all right, the NFL is a little bit better. I need to get better against press coverage. I need to get better at the top of my routes against contact. And he's slowly figuring that out, right? And that feels like more of the progression that you're going to see from a guy like Tet, just because, it takes a little bit of time, right? I think we came off last year's class going, my goodness, the talent is off the charts. And it's like, there's talent in this class, but we can't come in and hold like Ibuka to the same standard of Malik Neighbors, right? Or Tet to the standard of Harrison or Dunze, right? Like Tet can probably outproduce a Dunze and potentially Harrison in year one, right? But like, we're not like sitting here going like 1,100, 1,200 yard season. So anyway, that's what I got. Do you got anything, JJ, on that?
No, I mean, Tool for this says it's wild to me the drop off from last year to this year at the wide receiver draft position. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a fantastic class. There's certainly a depth of talent here that you don't see every year, and I would say that the top end isn't quite there in the same way. If you're looking at, to your point, there's not a Malik Neighbors in this class. I don't think that there's a Marvin Harrison Jr. in this class.
I don't know if there's a BTJ, to be honest.
Yeah.
At this, like, I just don't see, like, again, the Brian Thomas equation of it all was like, can he run the other stuff that LSU really didn't ask him to do, where he looked a little hesitant sometimes running crossers over the middle, all that stuff. And it's like, nope, he found it. Done. We're good. Like, it just, you could see it immediately. And so I think there's going to be a little more of a learning curve with this group. Maybe not Ibuka, right? JJ, you probably agree. Like, I don't think there's anything like Ibuka's going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm shocked by this at the NFL level. Maybe the speed of everybody else compared to you, but nothing like Ibuka. Nothing but Ibuka was like, oh yeah, this is going to be a problem for him because of X. Like, the only thing is like winning down the field because of the lack of speed. Like, but like, we've seen plenty of guys be able to, handle that. I think it just means like, hey, he's not your explosive target. Oh no. You mean he could just get a bunch of buckets? Cool, sick. Like, I'm pretty sure like we're not going to be like Ibuka's. I don't think we're going to get to a point and then late in the season where Ibuka's like struggling. I just don't see that.
I'll tell you some of the wide receivers that I do really like in this class. Okay. I do like Restrepo a lot.
Yes.
I just do.
Yes.
Obviously, there's what's not to like about Ibuka for sure.
For sure.
I am not as high on Matthew Golden as I once was, but I do still like him.
Yeah. JJ,
Jaden
really
Higgins.
I think we're trying to manifest something, I think, with Golden, because we saw it in the playoff. Like, he's good. He's another guy where I see like,
but playoff Golden, where was he for most of his career? I think is the question that you and I have been asking for a while.
Well, he had to deal with Quinn Ewers for some of it, and I don't know. Texas did a weird thing at the beginning of the year, and again, I'm not saying like the analytics and the numbers and the production numbers are horrendous for Golden. I acknowledge that. I think Golden. It was funny because back in December, I was like, Golden's, and somebody asked me like, man, Green Bay should take Golden. I'm like, yeah, they could take Golden. He's a good complementary piece for the room. Like, he's going to add plenty to your team. But I'm not like over the moon. This is a wide receiver one. But I do think he can play on the perimeter, right? Like, I think he's going to find the home on the perimeter. He can make that instant impact because of what he does well. Is he going to ever reach the Chase Collins, A.J. Brown type of deal? Like, no, I don't think so. To me, I saw a lot of Deontay there. And, like, that's good, right? And by all accounts, he's an awesome dude. So, like, Deontay without all the
Deontay for sure.
Yeah, Deontay without the character stuff, like, is great. Like, we'll take that. It's not elite though. It's not like, oh my gosh, I'm falling head over heels for this guy. If Green Bay takes him, yeah, I'll be pretty pleased. But like, the player, like, if they got a receiver and you want me to be geeked over the moon, well, it's Hunter. It's Hunter playing receiver for Green Bay. I'll get geeked for that. But well, I think
okay. Hunter is my wide receiver one. Is he your wide receiver one?
Oh yeah, by like country miles.
Okay.
Several. Yeah. Oh yeah. And again, and people are like, well, he does. There's some things that are unrefined. My guy, he's playing two positions all year. he's not hyper focused on one. If you can make that guy hyper focused at receiver, boy, there's some Jefferson stuff in there, man. There really is. So it really, really is.
Adam Huddle said, feel like a good Ibuka comp is Robert Woods. I've always said that a good Ibuka comp would be Debo, but good at football.
Not as fast Debo, but sure, that works. I'm trying to think. I mean, Keenan.
Yeah,
Keenan certainly works.
Not a bad comp.
Keenan certainly works of like how you can deploy them. Maybe doesn't have quite the like insane shake sometimes, but like just does everything you want someone to do at the position of just get buckets.
I love you too over this. I love you so much.
That's good.
Good Isaac Tesla comp is Calvin Johnson. Yeah, I mean Isaac Tesla is like the prototypical Packers wide receiver, which again, do I like the prototypical Packers wide receiver?
What is that? I will say I like Tesla more than a guy like Thornton from Tennessee, who's just like racking up yards running goes and glance routes off of RPOs with the wide hashes. Like there's a role for Thornton, but like we don't need that.
Did you say wide hashes?
Yeah.
That's not what it sounded like you said.
Well, people say things. But like I don't know. I would rather go after a guy like Tesla than Thornton. For sure.
Excluding Travis Hunter, this is an interesting group of guys who I really like. Jaden Higgins. A lot of the numbers say that Royals is the better player. Royals, Noel is the better player. But like Higgins just kind of like draws me in. I can't look away when he's playing.
Yeah, when he can lean into guys and snap routes off, it is kind of jarring for somebody that big. He's still another guy where I'm like, there are certain things that he's better at in terms of being an X than Tet is at the moment, but there are also things that Tet's better than him at the moment, playing the X. Like you talk about getting sometimes just absolutely erased out there by contact. And, like, I think the really good measuring stick, and, again, I know I'm always kind of the guy of, like, oh, yeah, Hunter didn't play in a good conference. I don't care. Like, I've seen the movement skills. I think when you watch Higgins play Iowa.
Big 12 is not the Big 12 is not a bad conference.
I know, it's not. But just everybody.
We're not talking ACC here.
Right.
The Big 12 is playing better football than the ACC is.
Oh, yes. For sure. But, like, I think.
Some people might say that the Big 12 is playing better football than the SEC.
Yeah. Well,
particularly if you don't like.
Some are saying,
Southern honking. Some people may say.
The Big 12 made it as far as the SEC did, right? No. Texas got past them. Never mind. Where was I? Oh, so you watch Higgins against Iowa a couple times. You go,
okay, hold on.
These DBs are giving him more issues.
The Texas, though. You're like, no. Not the Big 12, Texas.
Yeah.
Traditional Southern powerhouse, Texas.
Right. Exactly. But like, yeah, I feel like Iowa gave him trouble. In the stem, out of press. Like, I just feel like that has to get cleaned up. Where it's like, can you be an X? Perhaps. Can you be a big slot? For sure. So I see it. I see the vision for sure. I just think again, we're in that mode where guys we like, it's like, if you don't see those immediate results because of what last year's class did, you're kind of like, oh boy, are we in trouble? But yeah, I too old for this saying he's not going to get to 50, 54. I agree. I'm pretty sure Higgins isn't going to be at 54. I think there's too much love there of like how big he is and how he can move and how big he is and the production.
Higgins around like pick 40-ish. Sound right to you?
Yeah, it does. Like if you're New England, you didn't take receiver in the first at 38. If you're Vegas and you want one at 37. If you're New Orleans and you didn't take Ted at 9, which some people have, and you want a guy, it does kind of feel like around that 37 to maybe Dallas at 44 if they didn't take one, right? If they didn't take a receiver in the first, like it feels like that sort of range is what you're looking at. Would be my
Drew
guess.
said, should we trade up in the second? I'm almost always opposed to trading up. And I'm still scarred about giving up 2 second-round picks to go get Christian Watson, which I hated in the moment. And that's not an anti-Christian Watson thing. I hated trading trading 2 second-round picks. I was so excited for those 2 second-round picks.
I know. It was kind of like,
I was so excited for him.
Now?
And then we came away from the second round with only Christian Watson, and I was like weeping, which I know is obnoxious, but I was.
No, it's understandable. I was kind of like, okay. Like, I understood it. I knew there was interest there. Like, you knew when they moved up, you're kind of like, yeah. That's who it probably is. But yeah, I think, guys in this class that intrigue me, that Green Bay will draft. That's another thing, right? I know the Kyle Williams hype train is leaving the station. Love that. Probably best release game in the class. Just in terms of varying up tempo and the steps.
We've been big Kyle Williams fans on this channel for a little while.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, again, he kind of showed that he's got just so much. He's such a springy guy in terms of the movement. He reminds me a lot of Javon Baker last year, where just like it's spidery, springy. Where it's like he's not taking.
You and I were so high on Javon Baker.
We're still there.
It.
We're okay. We're good. Year 2, baby. Put it on. Like he's passing Polk this year. Calling it now. Because we've already seen the Polk. We've already seen the Polk thing. We don't need to see that again, respectfully.
No.
We don't need that. But like he does kind of remind me of him a little bit, of like just very light feet, and the movement is so crisp, and like that's a player.
The one big difference,
I don't
though,
think Green Bay is going to pick him. By the way,
no,
Green Bay's not picking him. He's like 180.
Like physically, he's the antithesis of what Goody looks like. And Baker was a Packers type.
I know. Physically. That's what hurts more.
Kyle Williams is not going to end up in Green Bay.
No, he will not.
Wish there was a physical draft guide that talked about all these guys. There's a couple of them out there. A couple good ones. Pretty darn good ones with some
your boy might have wrote receivers on one of those. Just saying.
Speaking of receivers, which we were doing, I do want to look at this. Here's the official 30 visits.
Yes, let's do that. Let's definitely do that.
Here. All right, looking at the receivers real quick. Isaiah Bond, who just got arrested. Yep. Right? Didn't he get arrested?
Yes.
Okay. He's trying to clear his name, but I just would think he's probably not going to end up in Green Bay. We'll see.
Yeah.
Matthew Golden, Mecca Ibuka, and Ty Felton, and Tet McMillan. So, Ty Felton is one guy we have not talked about, I don't think, on this channel at all. Have we?
Probably not. No. Probably not.
So, Ty Felton, Maryland receiver, kind of skinny and short-armed for your typical Packer. Blazing fast, 4.37.
Yep. Gotta be looking at
decent.
That,
He was decently productive-ish. His wide receiver OPS was a .78, which is not exciting, but it's at least.
You know why? Like 33% or something like that of the production is a lot of is screens. And again, is that a function of Maryland's offense? Sure. But, it is.
His contested catch rate was 38.9%.
That's not ideal.
Passer rating when targeted, 102.9.
If it's that bad, just you need to be like insanely good at getting open. Sorry.
The 2024 season first downs per target, 39%. Our magical threshold is 50%.
That's not
for
ideal.
Career. His career is 40.1%.
I'd like to at least get to 45. Like
I've never been big on Ty Felton. He's not crazy young either. He's 22 years old, so it's not even like we can give him that, out.
Yeah.
He is athletic, 9.61 relative athletic score.
Yeah.
So he is athletic, but skinny and short armed, and not uber productive. So I'm not that in on Ty Felton, which means that's the perfect Goody pick. So
it sounds right. It sounds right. I mean, here's the deal, right? You look at this list, probably gonna end up with like 4 of these guys. Just saying. I think, and really, obviously, Bayer, I think could really end up on this team for sure. I feel like I got one of those guys.
We've been talking about Bayer for a minute now.
Yeah, Jason Marshall, Micah Robinson. Feel like one of them is going to be a Packer. Got that feeling, for sure. Pole or Cooper, probably one of them, if I had to guess. Bringing in the Canadian QB, you love to see that. By the way,
which was like the least shocking thing ever.
For sure.
Least shocking thing ever.
For sure.
Did we talk about TJ Sanders? Did you tell us what you thought about TJ Sanders? I know I talked about it a little bit, but I can't remember what you said about Sanders.
I see some of the vision there. Again, when he's getting off blocks one-on-one, again, not a double team guy. We'll not be doing that. Good penetrating type, gets up the field in a hurry, right? He can be somebody who's going to turn the corner a little bit more as a 3 tech. Again, can shed blocks a decent clip. He's got the good 2-hand swipe like Brooks has. Would like to see him be able to bull rush a little bit better. Feel like he's just getting stuck out there if he doesn't have the 2-hand swipe, which is not ideal. And he gets pushed around. Like he's getting off blocks against the run one-on-one like 2 yards down the field. It's like I wasn't as thrilled. I went through about 7 games.
His pressure rate is pretty darn good. He's almost at 13%, which for a guy lined up A-B gap most of the time, it is crazy. Yeah. Not like the greatest run defender ever. No. His stop rate is 11%, but his missed tackle rate is low too.
He does tackle 11%. Very well.
He reminds me of a maybe much more athletic Dean Lowry in just like he's never gonna like really wow you per se, but he's very much a do your job type of guy. And I will say like athletically he checks every box the Packers are looking for. One of honestly just a few guys in the defensive tackle class for whom we have all the numbers who he does check every box. I think there's only like 3 other guys. Ty Robinson, Darius Alexander, Elijah Williams, and Eric Gregory. Those are the only other guys. It'd be Eric Gregory out of Arkansas. Those are the only other guys who check every box that the Packers are typically looking for among the measurements that we have. So,
well, I mean,
but again, though, not like mega productive.
Yeah.
You know, we got guys in this class who were averaging, more than 1 impact play per game, 1.5 even. And Sanders is at 0.69, just like not really registering even. So super young, 21 years old. He'll be 22 by the time the season starts. Played 429 snaps lined up in the A or B gap this year. Just a tick over 30 snaps that he played anywhere else on the defensive line. Had 24 run stops. He had 33 pressures, of which 5 of those were sacks.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be mad at it. I kind of expect him to probably end up in Green Bay. I would say more likely than not. Mm-hmm. So go put on some tape. South Carolina's fun to watch on defense.
Yeah, like I said, I watched about 7 games. I wasn't like overwhelmed with how good he was, but I think like day 2, sure. If you're looking for the 3 tech type, yeah, I think that makes sense. Here's what I will say. I want to get to this. I've started a lot of things, JJ, so I'm sorry. Drudy put this out there. I'm extremely suspicious that Harmon isn't on the list. Here's what I will say. Yes, but like the amount of first round picks that they've made that have been visits is pretty low.
Yeah,
Devontae Wyatt was one.
They tend to bring guys in who they have a lot of questions about. Devontae Wyatt, there were some character concerns.
100%. Yes.
There were character concerns because he like broke down a door in a dorm room, like broke down some girl's door. And so, they brought him in for a 30 visit, and it was like the most obvious thing in the world. They wanted to know, tell us the story about what the heck happened here. And then they got asked about it after the draft. Hey, thoughts on what happened here? And absolutely, they talked about it.
Yeah. And that's the thing I think I want to bring up with again, most of this list. Savone Revel, injury related for sure. Probably just like, hey, how's, check him up, see how that's going, see how that's progressing, right? You want to get a look there. Amos, I'm not sure, other than just maybe continuing to get a feel for the prospect, perhaps. Birch could be like, hey, what's your playing weight? Where do you feel comfortable? Where we feel comfortable with you playing, right? Like, I feel like there's a
Birch also missed a decent amount of time.
Yeah, that's true. And so, like, Birch is another one. You have questions. Nolan, I know there are questions, right? Pierce, questions for sure. Bond,
Tool for this says,
right?
Pierce getting attention from Goot at every step of the way is telling.
It is, but also, like, where's he playing?
Where do you want him playing in Green Bay's defense?
Sam linebacker, I guess? And how often is that guy in the field? Like, I don't...
You wouldn't Micah Parsons him?
I don't know how you can. You could just run at him all day. If he's going to play if you're in a 4-3 and he's playing one of the down line spots, like on the 4-3, like, they're going to run at him relentlessly, as they should. Max Toscano wrote a really good thing on this of like, or was either just putting this on Twitter or whatnot of like, because he's a big Cincinnati guy, and he's like, this is why Cincinnati is staying big at edge. Like the Hendricksons, the Hubbards, like yes, they have Osai on their team, but he's like coming in when there's a clear pass rush situation. They're putting him on the center. They're putting him out wide to like get, these avenues. That feels like what Pierce would be if Green Bay's going to take him. It's way more. It makes way more sense for Green Bay to go after a Stewart or a Michael Williams based on what they are running right now, based on where the league is going. If you have these wide nines and you're giving so much space up in your front, Detroit. What are they going to do? They will run you 13 times with Montgomery, and if you stick in that, it's probably not even going to take 13 times to get to the end zone because you're just going to get pushed around. So that's my issue. I think the small edge rushers, you're going to get phased out unless you defend the run like Will Anderson. Okay? If you don't defend the run like him, no, sir. You're not welcome in the 4-3. Goodbye. So that's my thing with Pierce. I just, and yes, there's a lot of interest, but again, with all the reports on Pierce, maybe they wanted a little, a quick check-in. Like, hey, what's going on in Tennessee? Why are your teammates like happy you're out of there? Why is the coaching staff happy you're out of there? Like all that stuff. So that's my spiel on Pierce. If they take him, cool. I don't know how the heck he's going to fit there. It's very weird to me, but yeah. So that's the thing with a lot of these checkups, right? Is there's certainly a lot of that. The fact that Harmon wasn't on the list, again, I don't remember. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I don't remember Ja being like, I'm sure they met with him, but I don't think he was on the top 30 visit list. Right? They may have done a meeting with him in the combine, but there wasn't like this. Whoa, there's so much interest here before they picked him, right? I can't remember if Gary and Savage were on the list in 2019. I feel like they weren't. I feel like you go back and you'll find like Sternberger was on there for sure. 18, I know Burks and MVS were top 30s. So like you start looking at like where some of these guys are falling and you start seeing round 3 or later as the projection. Guys, they're probably going to be guys they pick. So as I said, when I'm looking down this list, again, Felton stands out. Pole and Cooper stand out, right, as day 3s. Robinson and Marshall, and then Bayer. Like, probably a decent amount of that grouping.
It's the wrong Robinson. They should have gotten our other Robinson, Ty Robinson from Nebraska. That's the Robinson they needed to bring in. But I was excited they brought in Jason Marshall.
Yeah.
Well,
this is the other thing, right? This is the other thing. Okay. This is the other thing, right? Harmon might be long gone. People like Green Bay probably knows if they're like going to have any chance, right? So that's the other thing. And plus, as you said, the STM 40, they had guys at the Oregon Pro Day. I think even Goody might have been there. I don't remember, but like they were heavily there. That was probably for Birch. That was probably for Harmon, right? They're getting a real good look at those guys, as they should. Like Harmon, to me, other than like missing tackles, is tailor-made. Like there just aren't that many holes other than the tackling. Like truly, I know the run stop win rate is low. Boy, put the tape on, man. He is taking double teams. He is shedding blocks very quickly. He can spring to the outside on perimeter runs. Like he can go chase guys down. Like, man, yeah, this is yeah. Everybody says it's gonna be Nolan if the Niners take a D lineman at 11. I don't think so. It's gonna be Harmon.
Hard to take Harmon, or hard to take Nolan if Harmon's still on the board. But
I agree.
Once Harmon's gone,
yeah,
Nolan to me is an ace consolation prize.
Oh, for sure. I mean, he might have better movement skills than Wyatt when Wyatt was coming out of the draft. And like I remember going through that film post draft and was like, man, he just moves different out there. And Nolan's in that same boat, right? The movement skills are off the absolute charts. And yeah, the Bengals are another one for sure who are going to be in that camp. I mean, Arizona should be, right? Like they need a lot of things defensively, so it does kind of feel like probably not going to get a chance, which stinks. Adam says they probably wanted a 3-cone from Amos. That's possible too. Yeah, a lot of these guys, right, didn't do agilities. So Adam Huddle doesn't want Pierce either. Chris Scott, I know I saw one of his things. I think I started it, but he said lack of J3D line makes me sad. Yeah, but it may just mean that, it's going to be early, right? They got some, they got some picks on day 2 that they're probably going to be spent there if they're not spent immediately. So Gary was not top 30. There you go. So
help me out here. I feel like an idiot. I'm drawing a complete blank. Chris, where is it here? So Chris keeps talking about this Watson guy, and I'm drawing a complete blank on who the heck Watson is. Who's Watson?
Oh, Desmond Watson, the Florida guy who weighs like 460 at DT.
I don't even have him on my board.
Yeah. I know Cam Jackson's another one, and he's intriguing for sure. At DT,
you got me, Chris. I'm gonna have to go scout him and put him on my board. Yeah, Desmond Watson.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Tool for this. My friend who is a Steelers fan sent me an article that we are the front runners to land TJ Watt via trade. I had a good laugh at that one. Shot.
Another one where it's like, is he gonna put the hand in the dirt? Like he can defend the run from his alignment for sure. Nobody's questioning that. Dip, get around blocks, like all that stuff. Do we want him? Doing what some of Van Ness is doing, some of what I think Stewart and Williams can do. I don't know, man. I don't know. And by the way, Elijah Roberts is another one on there where it's like, I think he's in the same vein of Birch of like, what was your playing weight? Where do you feel comfortable playing? Like, did you feel comfortable at edge? Do you feel comfortable reducing inside to play, 3 tech on stuff? Like, it was probably more of that as well. So. Sorry, there's obviously just a lot of stuff, right? We are very close, of course. So
Joseph says my hunch is Goody really wants McMillan. I'm guessing part of what you're basing that off of, or maybe you didn't know this, and this is just going to reinforce your hunch, is that apparently he was the only NFL GM who showed up at McMillan's pro day. So interesting.
Listen, man, I don't know why he wouldn't want McMillan, to be honest. Like I get it. I do get it. Because right, you have Dobbs and Wicks who can do some X related stuff. Right? And I'm still a Wicks believer. I will be there. Don't you worry. I'm still on that train. It does, again, they're not the same player, but it feels like Jameson coming into year 3 last year, where I'm like, man, I see so much of like what can materialize if it's just more consistent. And then, boom, off we go. Like Wicks could 100% do that. Now, he's not going to be the explosive, speedy guy, right? Like maybe they're like, hey, Golden, maybe he can play this fast. That'd be sick. Like, obviously, Bond character for sure, and probably not going to pick him now, but obviously he was explosive too. So, yeah, they could definitely want McMillan. So, nobody showed up for Callahan's birthday. It's true. Facts.
Jake, I really want to do a mock draft, but we haven't had any donos, so I don't think we can.
I think we had some last week left over, so I'm pretty sure we have to do one.
All right, fine. You talked me into it. I guess we're doing a mock
Pretty
draft.
sure we got to do one.
Not that hard to talk me into these things.
Adam Huddle talking about Tesla being typical Packers receiver. Yeah, I am Manners probably one. 12 for this told me to star this because he typed Lab McConkey, so I absolutely did that, of course. Yeah, this is the thing. Drew's talked about Hairston. One, he's very, very lightweight, first of all. And there's also this, which is either before he got to school or as he got to school, that there is that report out there. So, yeah, I don't know. No idea on that. But if the NFL probably has that. Even if we don't know much, they probably do.
They know everything.
Right, so lightweight combined with that, I can't imagine that happens.
So Joseph asked how much for a mock, and Chris said 6 or 9.
Okay.
Oh, man, Chris. So we do have the prices scrolling across the bottom of the screen. $10 gets you a 7th round mock draft. $5 gets you a 3-round mock draft. And if you donate to sponsor a mock draft, you can give us special instructions. You can say no trades. You can say trade up, trade a player away,
trade 18 times. Don't say that. That will take a while, but
go offense heavy. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
He says that's a ripoff. Listen. Jake already talked me into it. Only guys with an M in the name, says Chris. Joseph says, I'll give $5 for 2 mocks. Listen, you give $5, somebody else gives $5. That's a 7th round mock right there.
But if you give $5, we're doing one. And we may just continue doing it. You never know.
That's like paying Jake to breathe.
Again, not required to.
Darn true.
Joseph, not required to. But okay.
I did before we hop into our first mock draft, though. I did want to highlight Drew's question: is that quarterback international?
Boy, you must have missed the show,
now
Drew.
That we have our kicker who will replace the international spot with a QB. I'm thinking now that we have our kicker, we'll replace the international spot with a QB. Does Canada count as an international player? I think he does. Yeah. We did that one. You're right. We did that.
We did the tariff thing, which was very hilarious.
That's right.
Definitely check that out.
Because we said that we were willing to draft him.
Yeah.
Even though we had to pay extra.
Yeah, we there was the one pick we did that night where I typed in the comments like we are willing to pay the whatever the tariff was.
And you know what else was funny about that is that that was like still relatively early on in all the tariff stuff.
It was. Yeah. Not to derail us, but I'm going to for just a brief moment. Just again, all-time day on golf Twitter on Sunday. Early in the day, somebody tweets, Corey Connors is really 12 under because of the tariffs. And just absolutely phenomenal tweet. Loved that one. So, yeah, the tariff stuff is hilarious, truly. But, yeah, I mean, hey, developmental guy, if he's going to be QB3, like, okay. And I'm sure a lot of people are taking looks at him. Like, it was kind of like, oh, wow, this guy's going to the Senior Bowl? That's sick. Oh, he needs some serious time. Okay, sure.
Joseph says, I can't find it in the Venmo app. You see the top right corner of your screen? I put a little QR code. You can just scan that with your Venmo app.
True. That is true.
We're not actually, like, twisting your arm and making you donate for a mock draft. We're going to do one. But we still appreciate the donations regardless because it makes it more fun to do these. Even though we have a blast to it anyways. It does keep me stocked in my redacted energy drinks. All right?
There you go.
These don't come out of the grocery budget. These come out of the previous week's donations. My food showed up for part of your show. What? Food showed up for part of your show. What does that mean? Like you DoorDashed or something?
Maybe. NFL Draft Buzz Sim.
NFL Draft Buzz has a sim?
They do.
Is it
I
good?
will say people get like someone said they got offered a trade of like, Jamar Chase and a 4 for a 1 or something. And they're getting outrageous out there.
Okay, listen. I'm going to do this. We'll do an NFL Draft Buzz sim, but I'm going to tell you 2 things. One, I can't promise my computer won't crash while we're doing this.
Warp speed.
I can't promise my computer's not going to crash because some of these mock draft simulators do crash my computer. The NFL mock draft database one, every time it's a death sentence, atomic. Tool for this: is there a sim you can trade for a player? Yeah, PFF lets us trade for players. We've done that before. So listen, you guys have some great ideas for custom mock drafts. Throw some cash our way. We're still going to do it regardless, but throw some cash our way anyways. All right. We need some Menendez. Yeah, so we're going to do an NFL Draft Buzz one. And then too old for this. You want us to trade for a player. You tell us the player.
If everybody does two, right? Everybody do $2. Then you could like kind of like amongst yourselves kind of go like, all right, what do you what do you want them to do type of thing. So.
It says the Venmo thingy doesn't work. Listen, I'm putting on the screen right here. All right. There's also Cash App. It's just my name at JJ Lahey. Don't worry, I split the money with Jake. Jake, have I ever stiffed you on donos? Or we split them 50-50?
No, honestly, it was kind of like people were sending stuff in for Kitty Cat Celebration of Life last week.
That's true.
And so, if you're sending it for the kitty cat, that's for the
I split it with
cat.
you.
You did. And
I
say you didn't have to, and you just could, the kitty cat could have got all that. So if you're specific with your dono this time about like this is the kitty cat, if you give it to Jake, I'm unsubscribing. Then I think he will not do it. I'm pretty sure if you put that in the dono, say if you share this with Jake, I'm unsubscribing. I'm pretty sure then he won't do it, but he does. He does. He does split it. But again, yeah, if you're if you guys are specific,
I can't like screen share this, but we got a dono.
Okay.
I can't screen share it because I literally can't screen share my phone. That's the reason. Otherwise, I would. It says,
"Freaking Elon." Can we get
Mrs. Lahey paid you for being a hot host, JJ. Parentheses, sorry, Jake, and then kissy emojis. Mrs. Lahey.
Listen, that's fair.
Mrs. Lahey is all about being hot. Thank you, Mrs. Lahey. Here, I gotta edit the ticker and put her in the Hall of Fame here. Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame. Whoops. Mrs. Lahey. Okay. And scrolling again. All right. Thank you, Mrs. Lahey. She didn't even put any stipulations on what our mock draft has to be. But we do have a $10 dono from Drew saying, ask Joseph what he wants the mock rules to be. So there you go, Joseph.
There you go, Drew
financed a mock draft, a custom mock draft for Joseph.
Love that.
Thank you, Drew.
All right. Too old for this says if you can guess the player I want to trade for, then I'll drop 10. I'm guessing Labaconki. I gotta do it. It's Lad, is it?
No, come on. No, it's not. No, he wants. Well,
you should also get a
kitty
guess.
litter guy.
You should also get a guess.
Something Yankoff.
Oh, Colson.
What's his first name? Colson Yankoff. Sure, that's who he wants us to.
Okay, well, we both got a guess. I don't know if we both get a guess or not. Can't wait to find out.
Hey, Joe coming in hot with a $10 dono. Dude, we have to start mock drafting at this point because the people.
All right, the people are giving us a lot to do.
Oh, Joe.
I got it to work. No, he says I got it to work.
Oh, I got it to work. I thought he was leaving. I got to work.
No.
I was so sad. I thought he was leaving us.
I can't imagine he would donate and then have to leave. Cam Jackson.
That would be some odd behavior if you were like, "Hey, here's some money. Peace out."
Yeah. That's why I was like, okay, so we got two of them.
See, like maybe you're listen, I got to go work, and so I can't chat, but I can still listen while I'm working. So give me my custom mock draft that I can listen to for the next hour or whatever while I'm working. Okay. And we just got another $10 dono from Too Old for This. So here's what I got to do.
Well, someone was right.
Hey, stop sending us money because we have to keep talking about the money.
Got 3 mock drafts.
And then we can't mock draft. So I'm updating this. Now. So we got Mrs. Lahey, Drew. Oh, Tyler Dersh will come in hot.
Oh, my gosh.
Joe.
We'll be here all night.
Too Old for This. And
gosh. Well,
he should have actually Tyler Dershel. I just said Tyler. Yeah, Tyler Dershel. Tyler Dershel. Okay. Putting our Hall of Fame up on here. Tyler, what are you doing? You're donating, but you're not in the chat? Am I just missing Tyler's chats in here?
I don't know if you're missing them. He did say how many of these QBs are actively trying to not get drafted by New Orleans, which I think was very funny, and I did star that.
That is hilarious.
And probably thing, several. New Orleans has
probably several. Like, New Orleans has some receivers to throw to, though, and they have not had like horrific offensive line play for a while.
The problem is Olave's got concussions. Shaheed's coming off the ACL. Like we're limping. We're limping through. Okay.
Tyler Dershel. I'm doing some wedding planning, so I'm popping in and out.
Sorry.
Joseph said, "Oh, I got put rules." Okay, here's the thing. I gotta tap into
rules.
these.
So Drew, if you did one for Joseph, you can make your rules as well, Drew.
Yeah. So Joe says PFF mock, nothing stupid. Tyler,
see what's stupid?
Said it's contagious.
I imagine Joseph. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Is a Packer in this fantasy world. All right.
Okay, so we actually have to do that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Joseph is. Can you clarify like stupid as in like Loveland at 23? Is that stupid? Is Travion Henderson at 54? Is that stupid?
He's an addict.
Is that stupid? I'm just making sure.
He's got new rules now.
Please
turn the randomness up a little bit. That's a good idea.
No trades unless for McMillan.
No trades unless for McMillan.
Okay, who's Mox going first?
I think we got to do the NFL Draft Buzz one first.
Okay, and this is for Mrs. Lahey.
This is for Chris. Is this for Chris? This is Chris and Mrs. Lahey.
Okay.
Okay, so we're turning the randomness up.
SDM40 won't let me cook. Okay, that's what I'm seeing right now. It says doesn't want me to draft 6 tight ends. Not let me cook.
Trade chart. So this is saying, this is probably just
Jimmy Johnson,
not players.
Yeah, we don't need CPU to CPU trades, I don't think.
No.
Are we on warp speed? Yeah, perfect.
CPU to CPU trades is not. I mean, that's kind of fun though, because we could have the. Although I don't really care for the Jimmy Johnson. I like Rich Hill personally.
Yeah, you can do Rich Hill.
I know that Fitzgerald Spielberger is like kind of the new one that everybody's into.
That should be. That's probably a really good one. I would love to see what that looks like. So.
SDN40 said, "Nothing stupid means don't let Jake draft 6 tight ends."
Yeah, can't let me cook. It would seem so. I will say, not to, get off topic again, but Joseph Gleason's on board on the Loveland video today. Said maybe just not even get a receiver. Let's just go into 12 personnel, run the piss out of the ball, play action, Kraft and Loveland. Man, we have been saying. Okay, I'm glad that we've got people on board. That's all I'm here for, And then all of us Loveland stands can cry next week when he doesn't even get to the pick. Because someone took Warren in the top 7 and then the Colts take Loveland. That will be tough. Gosh, it's
all right. Neither of these trade offers here from the Panthers or the Bucks are for McMillan. So we have to reject all of them.
Yeah.
Those are the rules. Okay,
Which
Braden
rules?
Swinson.
Whose rules?
This is Joseph's rules.
I thought his was PFF and nothing stupid.
But then he changed it up. He said, actually my stipulation is turn the randomness up a little bit. I maxed it out. And no trades unless it's for McMillan. So All right.
But you didn't change.
Oh, these are the guys
Simmons.
who were.
I thought this was Chris and
Kelvin
Mrs. Lahey.
Banks went 1.1.
Okay,
see
randomness
that?
all the way up is not a good. Ursary went 5. Landon Jackson went 3rd.
Is this like too random?
It would seem. Travis Hunter's on the
Like
board.
we want the random, but maybe like a 2 or a 3, not a 4.
Travis Hunter's on the board. No. Joseph said mine's
Missed our
PFF.
chance.
So Joseph is PFF, but this is Mrs. Lahey and Chris, right? That was what I believe we said here. So we don't have to go too crazy. Random is absolutely insane. No, we definitely want warp speed. It's gonna take a long time.
Should we do
I think
2
that's
or
fine.
3 on random? 2?
Yeah, no.
2 sounds
Joseph
about
wants the randomness up on PFF. We'll turn it up there.
Yeah.
We'll keep
Okay,
we'll keep it straight and narrow on this one. Just a tick up. Okay, from the
Vikings want to give us Shaquille Griffin.
No.
The Bills want to give us Osiris Torrance.
For 23? No. Oh wait.
Panthers want to give us Yash Nyman.
They want to give us a 1, 2, and a 5 next year as well? What is happening here? I mean, I don't even want Josh Nyman. Just like give me all those other picks. We're not doing that.
This is a little confusing.
I know
pick
it's
9
in round 4.
So pick 111.
Yeah, but they're giving you a 2026 1. What's happening?
And Yash Nyman.
No, we gotta move this. We got a lot of box to do.
Adam Huddle says random is full chaos. It sure was, yeah. All right. Screw these offers.
We
got to pick a player. What? Travis Hunter's still on the board? This can't be right.
No.
How is...
Wait, scroll up.
Am I crazy?
Scroll up.
Pierce Sanders.
Why is Q Robinson getting picked in the top 3?
Okay, we're going to redo this again. We're going to change the randomness to 1. This is... Chris, help me out here. Are you just clowning us right now?
If it gets nuts again, we just pick. You know, this is like fantasy land. Sure.
This is us like actively trying to not get Travis Hunter.
This is fantasy land. We're literally
what?
trying not.
We had 2 opportunities to take Travis Hunter. Screw that, man.
Yeah. All right.
I turned the randomness down to 1.
All right. Come on.
Let's see.
Come on, randomizer.
He's still here.
So is Jedzy and
we almost got Abdul Carter. He got taken at 22.
What the heck?
Listen,
all right, we're just doing this. We're taking Hunter. Cool. We got Hunter on the team.
SDN40 says draft buzz blows.
Just take Hunter. Take Hunter.
Obviously, we're taking Hunter. Now, listen. Genty is here.
No, we would take Hunter.
Maybe we should take Shamar Stewart.
Nope.
Instead of Hunter.
No, we got it. This is the pipe dream. This is fun. We get to do the pipe dream stuff.
Is Colson Loveland gone? I think Colson Loveland is gone.
This
take TJ Sanders.
Such a random setting this is on, quote unquote.
Yeah. Where did Colson go?
Who is okay? I can't believe I'm saying this. Go to pick 10.
Kelvin
or 9.
Banks.
RJ Oben.
RJ Oben.
Also, who's Amari Knight, who went 11th?
No, it's Kite. Amari Kite. I have actually watched Amari
Who's
Kite.
Tyree
I've not watched
Powell,
RJ Oben.
bro?
No. I do know Amari Kite, at least. What is this mock draft simulator you put us on, Chris?
Hunter,
I'm doing
we
this
gotta move
for
forward.
you.
We got to move forward.
Okay.
We got to pick Hunter.
Chris says it looks broken.
We got to pick Hunter.
Think?
Pick Hunter.
Listen, we're just
If we
doing
get
it,
Genty in the second round, I'm going to lose my mind.
That would be funny. We can. Looks like he's here. We're taking him. Trade offers. Get out of my face.
All right,
taking
Genty.
We're the only reason we're doing. Cam Ward is here, bro.
If Cam Ward's still here, we're taking him. I think
we're taking him in the 3rd round. Come on.
Nolan. Oh my God. Loveland in the 4th. Loveland in the 4th. Loveland in the 4th. Loveland in the 4th. Or Harvard
he is
in the
here.
4th. Oh.
Derek Harmon. Come on, Derek Harmon.
That's fine. I'm good with that. That's fine.
Okay, we're doing Derek Harmon. Because look, you're getting Colson Loveland.
What the heck
did he finally go? He's finally gone.
That's
Colson
fine.
Loveland's
Just
gone.
take Nolan also, I think. Or just Jahad Campbell. I mean,
is Nolan on here? Oh, there he is. Yeah.
No, okay.
TJ Sanders.
Trey Amos is there, and we play Hunter at receiver. Problem solved.
Watch Dude, if we got this mock draft on the PFF simulator,
It will not.
we would
no.
still get like a C- grade from them.
This is nuts.
Taking Walter
Okay,
Nolan.
so I guess we're taking him.
And
I mean, Trey Amos is still there. We're playing Hunter at receiver, taking Trey Amos, I think.
dude, what is this?
All right, so
simulator?
you have some decisions to make here at 2:37.
Azaria Thomas, Demetrius Knight, Trey Harris. I'm taking, dude. I might freaking take. Hold on, who do we got? We got Trey Harris, Besh.
We have two of the potential top three. We have 3 of the top 6 picks in the draft, probably.
What is this?
Ooh,
this is hilarious.
Ooh,
now, at least the
O-line.
offensive line group is looking picked over at this point.
I mean, Logan Brown's pretty good right here.
Arroyo. Maybe we take Arroyo here. Tool for this wants to know.
This Matthew Gold. I think he was available in the 2nd round. Look at receiver.
Chris said on his
wild.
computer it looks normal. He doesn't understand
Is
what we
randomness to
I
a
put
4?
the settings on here. We tried it on 4 and on a 1. We tried it both
then
ways.
I have no clue. No, Abdul Carter told this. He went 22nd overall. We just missed out on him.
Darius Alexander?
Darius Alexander. Have we taken 3 DTs? We have, but who cares?
Doesn't matter.
This is
doesn't matter.
Is my world.
You take the best
Is Arroyo
players
still
here.
there? Is Arroyo still there?
Oh yeah, I think he still is. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
we're taking him. Easy peasy. What? Draft complete. Save your draft.
Give your draft a title. Goated.
How about this?
There you go.
All right.
That's
I'll save
crazy.
This later.
All right, so just a real quick reminder here on the draft. Here we took Travis Hunter at 23. Ashton Genty was still there at 54. Yeah. Had to do that. I don't even remember who was picked in the. Cam Ward. We need another Jordan Love. Could trade Malik Willis now. Maybe we'll get another 2nd round pick. We could take Loveland. I don't know. Got Harmon. Got Harvin, Nolan, and Alexander on the same team. Took Trey Amos. Got ourselves Arroyo. Cook a little harder. This is
Travis
nuts. Travis
Hunter, Ashton Genty, Cam Ward. Don't forget Cam Ward.
Yeah, this is insane.
And
can I sign up for this? Where do I sign?
PFF Sim would give us a C- grade because we took 3 defensive linemen.
Yo, I did the PFF Sim on Monday. They got Harmon at like 41st, 42nd on their board now. So you get like a D if you pick him at 23, which is so dumb. So dumb.
That is so stupid.
Let me out of here. Okay, so Joseph said randomness goes up a tick. So the bottom one, just the next one. No. He said 1. He didn't say all the way.
Oh, yeah. Let me refresh this so we can see where it starts out.
It was where
starts out here. Only 1 tick?
Yes, that's what he said.
Toolfizz says this is worthy of a Twitter post. Here's the thing. Oh, Brian Maffey's in here. Okay.
See? Yeah, here's just one.
Okay, if Brian Maffey wasn't in here and I tweeted the results of this, he would mercilessly roast me. So since he's in here,
he would say, are those guys on Green Bay's board? You would hope so. Maybe not Arroyo, but it was sick. He says one more.
Here's what's annoying me about this.
Joseph says one more on the randomness ticker. Can you not share it?
I'm trying to screenshot it, but there's nothing I can do to get all these players on screen.
Yeah, that's tough.
Even like zooming out doesn't help.
Yeah, but you'll have to double screenshot. That's kind of lame, but it is what it is.
If I switch it to still nothing.
That is truly
a really stupid way.
I will say that is how I'm feeling these last 48 hours. This mock draft is how I'm feeling.
You're right. I do have to. I can just do a double screenshot. So we'll do Hunter through.
Okay. While you're doing that,
Hunter through Nolan.
So just up. So Joseph, just up 2 ticks. Then up to kind of just straight in the middle is what we're looking for, I think, on that. So we will definitely do that. No, Drew. I think we got more. No one should be able to do this. We got the number 1 pick, the number 2 pick, guy going from probably 6 to 10, guy going from 11 to 20. A guy who could go from 11 to 20 if he didn't have, character questions. A guy who go, potentially in the first if he wasn't 24. A guy who's been mocked in the first a bunch at 198. We could have had Josh Nijman. That it was heavily discussed in the war room. I think that's where he wanted it. I like it. It's in the middle. No.
All right. What?
He didn't say move that.
We got to leave it on default?
Yeah.
Isn't the public versus PFF board usually like in the middle, and then we always just crank it over to public?
I don't remember. Maybe. You show that man some respect. Listen, that's just unfair what we've done, though. Truly.
Oh, I got to pick a team.
But that's, Drew, that's also just a nod to how ridiculous that was, what just happened, right?
Hey, that mock draft was not ridiculous. That mock draft was perfectly reasonable.
Here we go. Mock 2 of like 4 that we have to
remember,
do. So
part of our goal here is we got to get McMillan.
I thought that was a possibility to do.
I think we need to make it happen. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the speed down a little bit. Okay. We're going to start the draft.
I think
What?
Well.
What? This is... Okay, come on. Surely turning the randomness meter up 2 ticks out of... It could go up to like 10, right? Surely that wouldn't do this.
What the heck? That's not ideal for the program.
Well,
let's see what happens at pick 2. Maybe something happens at pick 2.
No,
let's see what happens.
We're going to trade with
It could be
Titans.
Cam Ward. It could be Cam Ward. No, we don't need to do this.
No, we need to get McMillan.
No, JJ, we're going to be here for 5 days. We've got 4 mocks to do.
Here's what we're doing. Listen, we're not giving up. Okay, turn this down. We're just doing the randomness up 1 tick, not 2 ticks, because apparently it goes psychotic. All right. Mafi says Tet makes sense at number 1. Well, listen, literally any player or any position makes sense.
He's not even wide receiver 1, so how's that possible?
They're psychotic.
But he's not wide receiver 1, so how can that be correct?
The draft. Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Will Campbell.
I think that's a decent randomness right there. See, tackle, tight end, right? I like this.
Okay, Golden is off the board, so presumably at this point, the next team that needs a wide receiver. But is San Francisco taking a receiver? I don't think so. Dallas might. Probably not Dallas. Maybe receiver doesn't go off the board again until Denver. We could try and jump up and trade with the Broncos.
Seattle might be the one, though. Like I can't stress this enough. I can't stress enough. PFF, like truly. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize Carter.
Why
is Ted going 14th to the Colts? It makes.
I'm sorry, Joey. I said I'm sorry.
Like
I'm you can see I'm trying. I'm trying here. Ugh.
Yeah, no, this is.
I
Chris
didn't realize
Carter
13 should
picked,
be the
to
pick.
Be honest.
Maybe you're saying we should have traded up to 13 so we could jump ahead of the Colts.
Evidently, yeah, but that's fine. Now we just gotta let it go. We're
gonna let it go, but next draft we're gonna try again. Okay.
All right.
We are gonna get Tet.
With the randomness down, we might be able to.
So let's see here.
Gosh, I didn't realize they have Norman Law at the 27 spot now on this board. My goodness.
That's interesting.
That's quite high.
I don't love the way the board fell here for pick
except Harmon's still there because he's all the way down at 42 now on this thing.
That's odd. Why did he fall so much?
He is behind Besh. How? May I ask? We're taking
Let's
Nolan?
take
We don't take Nolan very much.
We don't. Let's take
Joseph did say Nolan. So I feel like that's where we go.
That's a good enough reason to take Nolan. So we're taking Nolan, and then Drew wants us to trade up in the second.
But that's Drew's mock. That's Drew's mock. Are they collabing on this one for 20?
I think we should try and please as many people as we can, as many times as possible.
Oh, he said just kidding on Nolan? Frick.
Well, here's the thing.
That's why you shouldn't just kid in the comments.
You want us to trade up in the
You gotta
second.
be careful. You got to be careful.
You can't just trade up just to trade up. Who are we trading up for?
Freak. So this is Drew's now. We have to trade up for a guy.
So let's see.
This is Drew's now.
I hate that when you pause it, you can't see who's available.
Just scroll up
Let's see here.
for 1 second. Okay.
Zarya still
My
available?
guess would be, yeah. So obviously, has Golden been picked?
Matthew Golden, he got picked real early. He was the second wide receiver
he
off
was
the board
10.
after Hunter. Yeah.
I see. Okay. All right.
Actually, I don't hate
Drew said
Golden
make this his
to
mock.
Chicago.
We should try to go get Higgins. Right? Shouldn't that be the goal?
Did Drew like Higgins or not like Higgins? I know somebody didn't like
I don't know,
Higgins.
but he said trade up.
Trade up.
Let the
see
picks
here.
come off about 5 more, see if New Orleans is interested, and we go move up for a guy.
5 more?
Yeah.
So that would be Chicago.
I know the 5 players I'm thinking of, and they're going to be one of them is going to make it a 40. Unless you're trading with Chicago. Brian. No.
Brian.
No.
So
Will
it's
not.
going to be pricey to move up to 39.
Well, try 40. But maybe just let's see what too old for this is cool with Higgins. Try 2026-3.
I don't really want to trade future picks. Yeah,
Yep.
that'll do it.
Do it. Hey, we can trade. We didn't say we couldn't trade back from 87.
It's true. All right, resume. So let's see.
Boy.
Let's see if Higgins goes and that's 5 picks here.
If Higgins goes, we have a backup option.
So I was trying to jump in front of the Jags. Oh,
No, we're fine.
they
We're
did go
calm
wide receiver.
now.
I was
No,
right.
we're good. We're good because there's multiple players here now. Amos is here still. We can do that. And Higgins is still here. Could do either. Luther Burden is still here. Well,
You said we were trading up for Higgins, so
okay.
I obliged. Joseph
That's
says
fair.
passing up.
Amenwari
Sorry.
is stupid. Where is he playing?
Sorry.
Where he playing?
It's a long time he gets back on the back. Oh, Trey Harris.
If we say he playing linebacker, what is Oladapo dead to you? All right, 87. Yeah, this is tough.
We took Nolan and Higgins.
Oh, I've got it. We take Oladapo. No,
I will if you sing the song again. I'll draft him.
let's check around.
Let's check around. It's a little bit picked over at this point in terms of like where we normally are at.
I wanted.
I like Noel. I think Noel.
This was a test, Joseph, because there is an answer to the Amenwari question. It's why I asked it, because I want you to give the answer I'm looking for. Okay. I have the plans in my head, and we've talked about Starks previously doing so. You took Tyrod. Why are you taking 2 D linemen, bro?
I didn't mean to click it. It was an accident. Oh, this draft is a disaster. I'm so sorry.
That's what happens. You do too many mock drafts.
Listen.
We're not taking 2 receivers and 2 D tackles.
I was just hovering my cursor over the button, like just to be funny, and then I accidentally clicked it.
Okay. Well,
I'm sorry.
This is a cursed
I'm sorry,
mock
chat.
draft.
This is a bad mocker. Should we just restart this?
No. We JJ, we are
This is the
so in
Amari
hole.
Rogers pick right here. Except that we actually like Robinson.
There is I'm hoping Joseph gets it. Cuz I have the thought in my head of how it works. No.
Tootin's right here. We're not taking him in the
We're
fourth.
not.
But
No.
we should still swing for him.
No. What's available at edge?
An edge. That's a
Yep.
good question.
Yeah. And corner.
Hassanin.
Check corner. Yeah.
Noel.
Yep.
Noel's who you want to go with?
Yeah.
Let's see, Riley. Would you rather have Noel or Riley?
I would rather have Riley. Packers would rather have Noel. So I think we stay true to Green Bay a little bit here.
I think this is maybe not a very good mock draft.
I mean, it's not the worst for sure. Well, we see it's all relative, right? We just did the we've got 5 top 10 players mock draft. So
I do think Tesla needs to end up on our mock draft here. It's been kind of a theme tonight. Not freaking Ty Felton.
The more you say that, the more he's going to be the guy.
Every single year.
Truly, I'm
every single year, man. I zero in on a guy I loathe.
I mean, listen, Too Old for This saying Kelvin Johnson 2.0 is available, so we probably should do that.
Chris says Cameron need more
bad.
D tackles.
Yes, Joseph, but how are we structured is really what I want to hear. How are we structured? Who's playing where? I really want to know your thoughts and see if we're on the same page. That's all I'm saying.
Here's all I'm saying. The
Take
second
Tesla.
one of these guys gets hurt, you immediately don't care that you had too many guys.
McLaughlin or Tesla, either one.
McLaughlin or Tesla?
Yep. That's what
I think McLaughlin is the better football player between the two of them.
Okay.
And it would be nice to have another option at center on the roster.
Okay.
We're taking McLaughlin here, and then if Tesla's still available.
Got check edge. Yes, but Joseph, right. If they're on the field, they're playing a position. What's the position? Come on. I know you know this.
Miss out on Tesla.
I know you know this. Who's playing where? Who's playing where? I know you know.
I know you know. You, Jake Schyvinck, are putting. You're putting Evan Williams.
Don't say. Not saying anything.
You're putting.
You can't say. No. All right. What's available at edge?
Right. Look, Cameron Jackson's still here.
No. Stop that right now.
Quit yelling at me. I'm
nice.
Nice.
Stop that. Yeah.
Field Diggs
done. Field Diggs done.
Do you like Ethan Downs? I think I've asked you that like 10 times now.
Have you really asked me that 10 times?
I just keep forgetting what your answer is.
I like Field Diggs. Ethan Downs, man.
Do I like Ethan Downs? Let me think about that. I like Field Diggs.
Meh.
Drew said he would put Emenwari at linebacker. Prince Cap Sason, my guy. The return of Yash, just as the ancient texts predicted.
It's true.
You know what, Prince? I think I forgot to tag you in the weekly thread. Let me just check right here and make sure that I saved what you're...
Pull up some corner. Or just take Jordan Hancock.
Send this to myself. This is the problem, is I didn't save it in the same place that I saved everything else. Blah, 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 blah. Where did I put it?
Yes.
Prince Cap Sason, I forgot your...
That's a good first step from Joseph there. Right, you let him roam, but I think he's playing one of the safety spots. Okay.
Speaking of safeties,
I just wanted to say one thing because I know he's right there. He's right there. You want to tackle at this point?
Not really. Not really, I don't.
Okay.
Let's see.
Drew might know. Drew thinks he knows. It's right
Scott
there.
Says Travis. Which Travis?
Right there. Jalen Travis. He's like 6'7", 340, super athletic tackle. At this point, this is what they do, right? You know.
One more pick here.
One linebacker.
You're not going to let me take Jordan Hancock in the 7th round?
No, I'm fine with that too. You want to do that?
Nazi, are you?
I was just asking what linebacker look like.
Oh, for this batch of linebackers, come on now. Come on.
I was just asking a question.
It's my favorite position.
Okay.
Marcus Ware.
Okay.
We take him too often. We can't take him. Let's see.
Gosh, Joseph is just hovering
Dan
around
Jackson.
what I want him to say. Okay. Okay.
Joseph, You're so close.
He's right there. He's talking about what Evan Warrior's doing. I just need to hear what the others are doing. That's all I need to hear.
Do the thing.
He's so close to.
Do the thing for him.
He's so close.
Wow.
Do we need a long snapper? We could take a long snapper.
Dude, Edge is picked over. We can't take a long snapper because Matt Orzek has pictures
there
of
might not even be one to take
Goody
here.
and LaFleur and Mark Murphy.
For the saying
and Ed Policy.
Willie Lampkin.
Dude, they don't have a single long snapper on here.
Yeah, I know. That was the other thing. I was wondering if that was a possibility.
They are racist.
Take Jordan Hancock.
Tommy Hill?
Take Jordan Hancock if you must.
Well, Dan Jackson's there too, though.
All right, then do that. We got 2 more of these things.
Harrison Hunt?
All right.
Thor Griffith.
Fine. He's hanging around. Joseph, all I wanted you to say was...
Can I say
we got yeah. Go ahead.
You want Evan Williams as the nickel.
Yeah, exactly. There it is. And you can rotate between them if you need to. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted, Joseph. That's all I wanted.
Say, Whelan is the only reason
Evan Warrior and X take your starting safety spots, and you could rotate, but Evan Williams play some nickel.
All right, listen, this is not a very
That's
good
all
mock.
I wanted. Why? It's fine. Totally fine.
This is below. Sorry, Joseph.
It would be very, very hilarious.
Chris, you should have spoken up when Jake was monologuing for 3 minutes and not letting me take our 7th round pick. I'm sorry. We will try and take Desmond Watson.
I will say we got A+, A- on the first 2. Yeah, JJ.
They didn't like
That's super funny because you didn't mean to do it. There are a lot of A's on there, though.
A-
A- with an
F.
F.
The only thing they didn't like
crazy.
was Fadil Diggs, who I tried to talk you out of, and then my finger slip. So I think we both share some blame for this one.
Hold on. Do you think like Downs would have been like a better grade further down the big board?
Yes.
Okay.
You don't think
as long as you believe it, you know. Joseph says Walter Nolan pissed me off. Good. This is Drew's mock. We traded up for Higgins, right? We did that. So Joseph will take Evan Warry. If he's there, we'll try to go up to get McMillan on this next one. That's what we'll do. Drew says Drew likes the Jordan Hancock selection. There you go.
Okay, listen here. Let me just say something on Jordan Hancock.
Okay.
Everybody freaking loves Joseph. Shut up. Everybody loves guys like Keyshawn Nixon because you can move them around to different places and they just make you right. All right. And you have flexibility. You have positions you just don't need to worry about. And I just think Jordan Hancock is that for multiple different positions. I like him probably the most as a nickel. But you can move him around. And is he going to be an all-pro? No. But you don't have to worry about him when he's out there. And I've known a lot of players over the last couple of years who Green Bay Packers fans absolutely worshipped because they could be that. I think Packer fans would really like Jordan.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
Am I taking him early? No. But do I want him on the roster? I do.
I think Hancock versus Dan Jackson in round 7 would be like a great problem to have.
Yeah.
Like for sure. So, all right. It's Joseph's turn, and then we got one more after that, I believe.
All right, so we're doing
He did want the Rand miss up.
Again? Oh yeah. That's right. That's what we're doing. Okay. Loveland, McMillan, and Minori.
Yeah, I'm in with that. I'm in for that.
All right, I gotta turn the.
Oh, we got to do the Lad one. Yeah, that's right. We got to trade for Lad.
Oh yeah, but we can't do that in this draft because if we do that, then we can't get Tet.
Correct. Well, how about that? But all right. Don't do it.
Travis at pick 6. Matthew Golden is off the board. Okay.
That's so much to trade up for.
I think
if it's not 13, I just think we can't do it. You know.
Oh,
Yeah, that's fine. We're not trading up that far. You take one of Joseph's guys at the pick. One of them will be there. What are you doing?
we're trying again, man. We got to get this right.
Forever. He said he's fine with Evan Worry at 23. We have options. Remember, Goody can't just be like, "Hey, I'm unplugging this draft. McMillan went before I wanted him."
Yeah, well, Goody doesn't have Joey standing there waving $2 at him. All right.
Listen.
Okay, listen. He made it so far.
No, he did. He didn't make it to 13.
What?
He hasn't made it to 13 yet. He's made it to 12, but we don't know.
Right. But I'm saying, if Dallas doesn't take him, then we try and trade with Miami.
Okay.
Ooh, they took Jalen Walker. Let's see.
He said
what's
he
it going
didn't.
to take
That's
to
what I
move up
mean.
10
He
spots?
didn't demand McMillan in the trade up. He said you could try to do it. Here, hold on. Let me.
A second rounder next year.
No.
Chris says 13 and 54, but yeah, and that will work. What can they give us in return? 116. Okay, if they'll give us back 98,
He did
we're gonna
say
do this.
no trades unless it's for McMillan.
I'm offering the trade. They didn't accept it. Okay, so we're just going to resume the draft.
If he's there around 18,
They took Matthew Golden here. Oh, look at that! Look at that! I fucking told you! I told you!
Look at the requests here. If he's around 18ish, you can do it. Let's take him.
He's not because he went at 14.
Okay. Oh darn.
Mike Green.
Emin Worry.
What do you think about all these boards that have Kenneth Grant above Mason Graham? Because I think that they are on crack.
Above Mason Graham?
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of those.
We're not taking Colson Loveland.
No, I thought we were taking him.
We're allowed to take Trey Amos, right?
I think
Where's the... Yeah, Amos, Starks,
No,
Harmon,
he's making...
Amari, McMillan.
No. He's making the call. We got to take Evan Worry first here.
Do we?
Yep.
Do we really?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Am I like blind as a bat? Why do I not see Amari anywhere?
Uh-oh.
Do you see him? Am I blind?
Just
He
go to
go
safety.
already?
If he did, he went top 10. Oh, he's
There
way
he
down
is.
there. Okay.
Number 67.
There we go.
Boom.
All right, we can
Mike Green,
speed that
Walter
up.
Nolan.
We can speed
You're right.
that.
You're right.
Oh my gosh, the Eagles got Loveland. What have we done? Okay, so we take it.
Trey Henderson. Dang. We're not doing Schwessinger in the second round. We're not doing it. Shut your mouth. No, we are not.
Oh man, it makes perfect sense.
No, we're not doing it. I'm so sick of all these high picks on linebacker. Okay, we took Quay, we took Edge. We're not doing it again.
This is true, though. This is true. We did get the guy to stop him. Maybe
Eagles got Loveland. Good
I'm
thing
not
we got
sure.
Amari.
I think the only one who can stop him might be Hamilton, but even then, I'm not sure. Joseph, where do we go? Where do we go here? Do it again.
All we took is.
I mean,
Are we going safety again?
No.
I wish
no.
Watts
no.
was here.
We're not.
I wish Watts was here.
Winston's pretty darn good in his own right.
I don't know about Morrison. I don't know.
See,
I
don't know about Porter. I mean, he's 24 and he's just learning this stuff. That scares me.
We could take our smudge here.
Joseph's wants
Oladeo or CJ West.
I mean, okay.
Chris says find a big boy.
Yeah, but this is Joseph's mock, you see. So we must We must follow.
Drew says
Right.
even JT went. This is hell.
Adam thinks he sees Green Bay going Morrison. I think it's more reasonable at 54. Yeah, I mean, I like Oladejo or West here. It is kind of a weird spot where I feel like I'd be fine trading down from 52 or 54. I mean, and just kind of, I think Oladejo would be a lot of fun here.
Oh, whoops.
I was like, wait a minute.
What do you think?
Yeah, I'm down.
All right, so we just
All right.
traded.
It's
pick
going
54.
to be terrible
We
scenes.
moved back
West.
3 spots and picked up a 4th round pick. I think that's unrealistic, but it's delicious.
Yeah, see, Joseph likes the trade down. I think if it if we like it again and somebody else comes up, we do it again. This is
You guys read about the
100% what Goody
Oladejo
does, by the way.
Colt? What's the Oladejo Colt? Is this the one where they sing a Beetlejuice song about Oladejo?
Maybe it's possible.
Let's see
All
who
right.
the Panthers. Oh, the Panthers took Restrepo.
Schlesinger.
Oh, look,
so
you
we
missed
can't
out on
do that.
Schlesinger.
So we
So
can't do
sorry.
that. Who else is offering to move down? Let's
Oh, actually, there are people.
Oh
okay,
yes.
Giants.
Yes. This is in the 50s is so strange. Like I feel like I'd be more comfortable moving back to the early 30s and then moving up into the 40s. Yeah. Works for me.
There's just nobody I want like
We
desperately
can still take him.
at that spot.
Can still take him.
All right, we're taking all day. We're missing out on
I think so.
Arroyo, but that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I think it's okay. We got your guy late.
Trey
my guy
Harris.
late, right?
What? Who's my guy? Huh? Who's my
Lachey.
guy?
Right, you say we
Oh,
passed
yeah,
on
yeah.
we passed on Arroyo. I said we got each of us got a guy late if we like that.
Well, I like Fannin as well. I like
Oh,
Terrence
yeah.
Ferguson, actually.
Honestly, Ferguson might be able
I don't
to
mind him, Mason Taylor.
develop into a blocker.
I'm
but-
not in on Gunnar Helm so much. Not in on Urasek, Mitchell Evans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Rondé.
Lachey.
Rondé, baby.
I
Rondé
like
and Rondé and
CJ.
Conyers. Rondé and Conyers.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah, I think
we're
this
taking
is
Oladejo
fine. I think
here.
we do Oladejo. I think it's
saying this.
interesting. Dang it, West went. That's
Adam Huddle said he's a member of a
sucks.
church or a cult that has had some shady business. All right, I gotta Google it.
Whoops.
Ola
No, it is. That's a
Deo.
thing.
cult. I mean, I see Oladejo as not the same cult, or not the same Oladejo.
There is.
Olu. I'm not seeing this anywhere, man. There's a last name Oladejo associated with a cult, but it's like a different person. I don't know what we're talking about
Well,
here.
there you go. Anyway, all right. 87.
All right, so-
We all have shadiness. That's funny. Royals, Williams, Noel. I mean, I know
don't
the
think we're going
direction.
wide receiver.
I know the direction I would go.
What direction are you going here?
Oh, Williams for sure. But
Cameron Williams?
no,
Kyle Williams? No, we're not
Yeah.
doing wide receiver here. We're not doing wide receiver.
we're not doing wide receiver. Goes to running back. We're not doing the wide.
Shut your
receiver.
face
No, we're not doing this. We're not doing this.
You want Makuba?
No, I don't.
Null? Yeah, Null's still here. We take him too often. Quincy Riley. Let's try and get Riley later on. That'd be fun.
Always. Always a good time.
Third round, Ty Robinson. Do it again.
No,
Hughes.
I think if Farmer's there at
tell
the
you, man.
fourth.
He's feeling picked over
we have,
already. I don't
we
like
have
how this draft
105.
board is
We have
falling.
105 and 114, JJ.
I don't like how this draft board is falling.
I do.
Fine. We're going to have to take a
Give me
freaking
the
wide receiver here, I
receiver.
guess. Let's just look at all the receivers
'Cause I-
real quick here.
We can take
Mm.
the super small and Bond off the list. I don't think
You know
Noel is
who
a
Goody would
Packers
take
type.
here? Instead of Kyle Williams, he would take Isaac Tesla here.
In the third. Yeah.
He would do it. It's the third. This is where he loves to really stick the knife in and twist it.
Torrey Horton.
This is a Goody pick right here.
You did
It's a Goody pick. I didn't do that. Goody did it. Listen, Kyle Williams is still here. You can still have him.
No, now we gotta pivot. Charlie Grant could be fun. So Charles of William and Mary.
I wouldn't hate going Noel in the 4th round. This is kind of my oops. Oh, almost clicked accidentally.
Drew, I'm not off of Noel. I think he's a better player than Higgins right now, but I think like Green Bay is not going to be in on his size. I think Green Bay, these next two to me would be Charles Grant and like Joshua Farmer. Feel very, very obvious.
Joseph, how would Goot not do that? Isaac Tesla and Christian Watson are like the exact same player, and he traded up to pick 34 to take Christian Watson.
Tesla doesn't drop the ball. At least in college in the first couple, you're like Tesla doesn't drop the ball. But anyway, no, I think this sets up perfectly. JJ, Charles Grant.
Joseph, you don't think that Goody just takes his 3rd round pick and like spins a wheel and just throws a dart at the.
It does sometimes feel like that.
Wackiest person who like everybody thought the Packers were going to take, but like multiple rounds later. That's what he does.
Charles Grant, Joshua Farmer, Quincy Riley. In that order, I think.
Let's do Charles Grant. That's fun.
Joshua Farmer next.
Collins still here.
D-tackle Joshua Farmer.
I'm just looking. Look, Noel's still here. Ty Robinson, Hughes, Hassanin.
If you're going to beg me, take Noel Williams. That's fine. Haven't taken a corner. Makes sense. Oh, look. Great news. Farmer is no.
Desmond Watson is available. We should take him in the 4th round.
What are we doing? We're not taking the 460-pound defensive tackle, bro.
All right. Quit yelling at me and tell me who you want me to take here.
Well, I wanted Farmer,
gone,
but evidently he's not available. So I guess you got to take Noel Williams and just roll with it. And I will be sad. No D lineman for me. That's tough. That's tough scenes. I really wanted Farmer in this one. Should have taken him instead of Grant. That's on me.
Two over the said he probably picked DeGuara off an alphabetical list of prospects.
I mean, these are all Goody types here, right? Like this works. Maybe Oladejo's a little smaller, but my brain is. Savion's interesting at the top, I think, right? He's still there. Because where does he? I guess he'd play 3 tech. Probably more so. He's just so much better as a 3-4 end. We just don't do that anymore.
I don't know. I'm out. We could go Hassanin. We could go Cam
Hassanin
Jackson.
Surely makes sense, but it's just. I mean, Logan Brown makes sense here for sure, but we've taken Grant. If you're doubling down a receiver, Torrey Horton.
Pat Bryant.
Yeah, and Torrey Horton, Phil.
Or we could go Ty Felton.
No. We've already done the Tesla thing. I didn't like that.
Joseph said I like Batty.
Tyler Batty. Beatty's interesting. I think Horton would be good.
But you see his name Beatty? This is what I get for not watching with the.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
That's what I get for not listening to the announcers.
I guess. I don't know, man. I think Horton works here.
Where's your Tesla?
I know. That's fine. I think Tesla kind of is almost like an F type. You gonna go Beatty?
Joseph says Tesla was stupid. Horton would be good. Hey, he also liked Beatty, though.
Listen.
Joseph, do you want Beatty or Horton? Which one?
Beatty, somebody new.
Drew said Beatty would be somebody new at least. We're doing it. Beatty it is.
do like Beatty.
I mean,
I like it. I have no problem doubling down at edge, honestly.
I told you we shouldn't have done null because we do null all the time.
That's fine.
If we hadn't done null, this would basically be an all new draft.
We got a corner that we feel comfortable with, and I think that's important.
Let's see if Horton's still here. No, he's not.
But Tyveld is. Got Badger there though. We could go
Badger,
both
Lambert
Arkansas
Smith.
receivers.
Lambert Smith's not really a Packer type.
Could go both Arkansas receivers. Just saying. We don't have to do it right now. What's available at D line?
Probably nothing. Ty Robinson, Cam Jackson, Harrison Hunt. Do you like talk to Hemingway? I can't remember.
Not a whole lot now. I love the name's great. Don't get me wrong.
So look, we got 4 more picks, and one of them has to be Desmond Watson.
No, it doesn't. It does not. This is
Joseph. I didn't take Tesla. Goody took Tesla. Okay,
I didn't take him.
I didn't take him. Goody took him. Every year, Goody takes a player who I don't really
Kobe
want.
King is still there? At linebacker.
Yeah. I know who he is. Kalen King's brother.
No. Okay.
See him.
I would like Buchanan though, for sure. And Lindenberg's definitely if they want big and athletic, that works too. What the heck? Okay. I want Griffith on this team for sure.
Yeah, you can go Griffith.
Ty Robinson keeps staring in the freaking face. 198.
Is Griffith gone? Oh, there he is. He's way down
301.
Ty Robinson. We can't take Ty Robinson. We already took him tonight. We can't take him again.
Well, technically, you didn't take him.
That's
you touched the mouse on accident.
That is sort of true. Yeah, I mean it is true. It's just sort of a good reason.
I mean, we could take
both
Arkansas receivers. We could take both Arkansas receivers. We have not done that.
Why?
We have not done.
Isn't it bad enough having Tesla?
No.
You also want Armstrong. Jason Marshall.
Okay.
Can I please?
Sure. All right, we need Griffith bad. If Ty Robinson's still here, I will audibly laugh.
We got 2 more picks left.
No, he's not. We could take Armstrong. Griffith will be there with the next one.
We've
we
only
can take
taken
Armstrong, bro. Taking 3 DBs. It's a lot.
Okay, we're gonna take Desmond Watson and Thor Griffith.
No, we're not taking Desmond Watson. No.
We have to take. Chris has been begging us to take him all night. We have to take.
This is Joseph's mock draft.
So you're okay, but you are swearing that we're going to take Desmond Watson in the next mock draft after this?
Sure, I'm sure too old for this would be totally fine with that. My vote would be Andrew Armstrong, Thor Griffith, unless there's a better receiver there.
Anybody would be a better receiver. Elijah Badger.
Do it.
We're taking Badger.
Okay, back-to-back Gators.
Dude, if we took Desmond, we go Florida.
Thor. We're not doing Desmond. Do Desmond in the next one. I think Thor makes perfect sense. There we go.
All right.
I don't mind this. I think it's better fun
than our last one.
I think it's fun to go through and see what happens if you take him and worry. Don't care that it's an F.
Yeah, I don't care.
This is very goody, though. Look at all the cooking on day 2 and 3. It's just very, very evident there.
In a weird way, I kind of think I like the first draft better than this one.
Yeah. I like that we got to trade back a couple times. I would have liked Farmer. That was unfortunate.
I think the Charles Grant pick is throwing me a little bit.
Could be. Again, this is the type of player that learned the game. Get some reps.
Imagine getting Harmon and Burden.
Like Rasheed Walker, you're not playing in the preseason. Charles Grant is getting looks at left tackle after Jordan Morgan gets looks at left tackle, right? Like that's your preseason plan here, in my opinion. Morgan gets a start at left tackle, see what you got there, and then Grant gets the one. So we're trading for lads. We have to do that immediately. I think we trade down from 23 after we take lad.
See the Chargers on there.
All right, so for too old for this, we got to do that. We got to do the lad thing. Probably take 54. Yep. Perfect.
Second rounder next year.
I think it's going to take 54. We can trade back from 23. It's been good.
Wait a minute. What if? Because everybody wants
Ja?
us to do this.
Ja?
What if?
This would be wild.
Dude, they'll give us a third rounder back.
You can't let them give you a pick. They're way better players on the left side of the thing. If anything, I think we have to send a pick with this. They got 2026 4. Okay,
Yeah,
you're
we're
doing
doing Lad for 54 this year.
Okay.
Joseph says don't chase needs.
Make sure to offer
when have
trade
I ever
before start
chased
draft.
needs? I never chase needs.
Make sure to
I'm
offer
always
trade before
BPA.
draft. Make sure to
What'd you
offer
say?
trade before. Make sure to hit offer trade before start draft.
Oh yeah. You're right.
Yeah, because sometimes
Yes.
I do that all the time too. I do that all the time. All right. What's the downside on Helm? Too slow? I think it's just like less blocking reps for me. It's kind of like he was used as kind of like your fluid mover. I feel like Ferguson's actually shown some more promise there. But like Helm could probably be, again, an adjacent player at tight end. Okay, 23. I think you trade down.
So I think this is going to have to be my last mock draft, and then I got to hit the hay. It's getting pretty late over here.
Yeah, I think trade down real quick. We'll rapid fire this and make sure we take Desmond Watson at 250. But I think you move down. There's a lot of talent here.
Yeah, this is
A lot of
Let's see who
talent
wants to move up. The Bears want to move up.
I need both. I need both those things if they want to move up. I'll be
what,
taking
39 and 41.
Yep. I'll be taking both of those.
They will not.
Guess you're not moving up then. Sucks. Colts. I'm gonna need both of those plus the next year 3. Perfect.
Here's the thing. Next year's 3, realistic, not that good for our mock draft though.
Okay, fine. Next year's 2. What do you got, Colts?
No. I'm saying like we need more picks.
Oh, you want to pick
year.
now? Oh, well then you could probably get 117. Yeah. Okay, I'm down.
Okay. So now
I would trade down. I'd trade down for. Wow, they took a Buka. That's weird.
Josh Simmons. Hold on.
I'd trade down again.
And Colson Loveland, Walter Nolan, and Mawari.
I'm worried if Philly sucks.
Darius, TJ,
Amos and Higgins. Tell me teams aren't
Derek
coming
Harmon.
Wow, they took both Oregon players there. Chicago. Who else?
Drew said JJ is getting worn out making all that. Menendez. No, it's not about me. It's about that I have to live stream from my bedroom, and Mrs. Lahey eventually wants to be able to go to bed.
Yeah, I mean, Trey Amos.
So
obviously
Trey Amos,
works here.
Jaden Higgins, Xavier Watts. I'd be happy with any of those 3.
Well, is anybody trying to move up from like 48? Because probably could get a. That's
Bengals
interesting.
From 49.
That's interesting.
They give us a 4th.
2 4s.
So if we did that.
Again, do you want to lose out on all of those guys? I think is the real question.
So like let's go through worst case scenario of moving down 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. Would be Trey Amos is gone, Jaden Higgins is gone, Xavier Watts is gone.
Well, we don't. Are we taking? I think.
I'm fine with it because there's still other guys I'd be okay with taking here.
Okay.
So they're giving us a 4th.
Yeah.
Joseph says, Jake, stay on stream and do more mocks. You're young, it's early.
I'll tell you this for those who are saying that.
First of all, Joseph.
I'm going to take. We're going to move back here. Goody special. Move back. Please. But real quick, before we do the rest of the stream at ASMR, Joseph, tomorrow, if you don't know about the new Weekly Cheddar channel, it's by itself. It's going to have the live show there every week. I'm doing it tomorrow. We'll go through as many mocks as you like. Okay? We'll go through as many as you like. Brian and Mike might be joining as well. So there'll be a lot going on.
You should just be doing weekly cheddar on the Derailed stream, man.
Could.
You can just stream it to this channel.
Could, for sure. Between Amos and Morrison, who's the better fit? I kind of think Amos does a little bit of everything in terms of the coverage, so I would probably take him. Plus, the injury also helps elevate Amos over Morrison for me.
I kind of feel like Watts.
Wait, they're all there?
Better
Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that. Holy cow! Oh, you did. Okay, sick. Yeah, we're going live there tomorrow, for sure. I would take Amos. You get Amos at 49. That's tough to pass up. So we have Amos, a bunch of more picks, and Ladd. I like this. I like this so far.
So we are now at pick 80. We've only taken one player so far. So we're at pick 80.
Good trade back.
I like Terrence Ferguson a lot.
Okay. Good trade back again.
The problem is we're starting to get to a point where we have so many
Well, if you
picks
have so many you like, then
and maybe not as many players.
know.
Here we go. We're taking Tesla right here.
No. New players. Who's new? I mean, obviously the safeties would be Ferguson.
What about Terrence Ferguson?
It's new.
Let's look at one of the defensive line.
Again, I would have no problem. Ashton Gillette is so good.
Want to do him here?
No.
It'll be fun.
No, I don't mind the Ferguson thing, truly. If that's the direction you want to go. It's new. It's very new. Vernon Broughton would be interesting for Texas, I think. So, but again, how much is the weight? Can you click on him again? How much is Colorado State weighing on these grades? Oh, never mind. No, he played well. At least according to this.
Look at A&M.
That's a really good finish, I will say.
Yeah, good game in the good stretch in the playoffs here.
The Matthew Golden of defensive tackles.
I'm fine with going Broughton. You want to go Broughton or Ferguson?
It's new. Broughton's new. I mean, it kind of maybe eliminates Farmer for me, but like Ferguson might still be here.
No, he's gone.
Mason Taylor's there though.
I don't like Taylor as much.
Ratledge would obviously potentially just fill the need at guard, but Ashton Gillette would be fun. Ratledge would be cool. Gillette would be fun though.
Oh, I just wonder real quick.
Go ahead. Do you like Ferguson more than Taylor?
I like Ferguson more than
probably
Taylor.
Slightly. Like if you watch Taylor, it's weird that it feels like he can't jump. Sometimes where it's kind of like, how high can you actually jump? It feels like he's super capped when he's running to like jump. I don't know. It's very strange. Very strange behavior. Amos Broughton and Gillette would be kind of sick, not going to lie.
We don't have a vert for Mason Taylor, so we'll never know.
That's interesting.
I wonder why.
That's interesting.
I wonder why. No explosiveness test.
That's interesting. But my guy did the 3-cone, and the 3-cone I think translates, surely. But that's funny. They didn't do a vert. Yeah, I like this kind of.
I'm good with it. Let's do it.
I like this. I don't know why I'm a big fan of this start. I truly. Like, if you want safety, like Jonas Sanker. Jonas Sanker kind of got some solid versatility. Like, we have 3 picks in the next 8. Like, we can just do whatever we like. Ransaw could be fun.
There's a number of okay safeties still left.
Yeah, Ransaw's a good nickel there. Like, if you want to go receiver again, you could.
Well, don't forget because we have Ladd.
We have Ladd, but like, how's Wicks, Ladd, Reed, and Kyle Williams sound going into up in
Unrealistic.
2026.
Kyle Williams is not ending up with the Packers. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, but I don't think Gillette will either. We took him.
Well, okay.
So,
But I just gave that one to you as a freebie.
I like Gillette a lot.
Interiors are looking a little picked over for it still being the fourth round.
Kandra's pretty solid. But again,
I'm just saying, I feel like there's usually more guys left.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
At that point. This is your chance to get Kobe King.
We could take Kobe King with one of these three here because we have such a short succession. Sanker's fun, man.
You want Sanker? That's what you want here?
I like it. I think it makes the safety room all that more interesting.
We'll take Sanker
because we're picking it. We have one person going between us. I don't know who it was, but who can say? It's further down. Yeah,
it's frozen. I'm trying to scroll down, but it's frozen.
Oh, is it really? Mm.
Whoa!
Quandarius Robinson. Yeah. Nola's in every mock we do.
We're not taking Nola again.
We're
not taking Nola again.
I think at 159 we take Rourke. Not here though. We got two more picks.
159.
159 we take Rourke because I think that's a possibility. I really do.
Would you rather have? But hold on, because you also got Shuck and Gabriel and Howard. So you want to take Rourke when those guys are all still on the board?
I don't think they will be. I really don't want to take QB here when we got some nice swings.
No, I'm not saying here at 119. I'm just saying you're talking about picking at 159.
If Will Howard's available at 159, sure, absolutely. That's no question.
I'm fine with not taking Will Howard here. I don't know that I would take Will Howard or take Curtis Rourke.
No, I agree. I agree with that. I think that's very
Jaden Blue would be fun.
Yeah, he would.
Him and Tootin and Taj Brooks is
nice. Taj Brooks is nice.
I would consider taking Taj Brooks here.
I mean, if you're gonna like go get the home run threat, I mean, Blue or Tootin here makes perfect sense. Yarns.
Drew said Yarns better than Tootin.
Might get a Marcus Yarns video in next Tuesday or Wednesday, right before draft time. Because he is a fun time.
Drew wants us to consider taking Dorian Strong here.
Too old for this. Said Willie Lamp could be fun. But I actually like. I don't know about you, JJ. We're not done yet, but I really like how this is going. Like Jaden Blue almost feels like just like a why the heck not, because we have 3 4th-round picks and just a lot of talent there.
Yeah, the only question I'm fine with taking him, at 124. I'm just trying to figure out if there's anybody
like that you really, really want here. That's fair.
Like Hassanin would be nice to have.
Yeah. Logan Brown would certainly be helpful. I know we take.
Well, Logan Brown's still there. Seth McLaughlin is still there. Like I would like to do something for the offensive line.
I'm totally fine with that.
You like Crenshaw Dixon as a Packer fit?
I forget what he's listed at. Again, I actually have no problem with Green Bay, with the Banks pick, kind of be like
Crenshaw
beef up.
Dixon is
6'7",
he's just really tall. He's 6'7".
Athleticism was not great. 2.52 RAS. Again, not a death sentence, but with Logan Brown still on the board, I find it hard to take Crenshaw Dixon. Lunt is a weird one because he feels like Lunt is super wide zone, needy. It's kind of like I like Green Bay's kind of approach to punch people in the mouth a little bit more, and I feel like Logan Brown helps you do that.
Would you? So between Lampkin and Brown, I would lean Brown.
I would lean the guy who isn't 270. Yeah, probably.
Okay. We're taking Logan Brown here.
Not that Willie Lampkin isn't fun. It is crazy to watch him, and you're just like, wow, yeah, he doesn't look like he's.
We missed out on Jaden Blue.
We did, but Tootin's still there.
Do you want to take Tootin at 124?
Jarquez Hunter's interesting. Rashard Smith's kind of a unique player. Played receiver and running back.
Joseph says Lampkin and Aaron Banks to that room is legit.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Not going to lie. It is kind of wild that those two would be in the same room. Trevor Etienne's kind of a mutter.
I keep going back to defensive line. I know I shouldn't.
I mean, it's not the worst thing. Oh, we did say we were going to do Kobe King, right?
I thought we were doing Kobe King at 159. We said we were doing QB. A quarterback. Yeah. So we could do Kobe King here.
I don't mind that. I know that.
I like Cody Simon a little bit more than Kobe King, but I do really like Kobe King.
I think
I would not hate taking King.
For me, like I get what you're saying with Simon. I just feel like King can help with like the McDuffie role type of thing where he's like shedding blocks and like, getting after the run. Whereas I feel like Simon is going to help obviously a lot, in space, second level. Like the reason I'm digging Kobe King a lot more is like when you have Walker, right, who I think got better, right? I think he was getting there, and like Cooper's blitzing and covering space and doing all this stuff to like have a guy who's just like, yeah, I'll bring the lunch pail. I'll take on some O linemen. Like having that guy in the room, I feel like is beneficial, right? That's where I'm leaning. That's kind of the reasoning behind that.
I'll tell you another reason why I'm leaning Kobe King.
Okay, what's that?
PTSD from Amon-Ra St. Brown. All right, we have Kalen King on the roster right now.
Yeah, I get you.
We need the good brother.
I'm good with that.
And that's not, me trying to crap on Kalen King.
No.
It is me trying to crap on EQ.
It's more of
I'll
like,
crap
hey,
on EQ all day.
If one of them's going to be good, we have both. So whoever's good, we're going to get the, yeah. How is Kyle Williams?
Kyle Williams in the 5th round.
I just kind of ignore that kind of thing because I know Shuck and Rourke.
Look, the QBs are all gone. Just Shuck and Rourke left.
Yeah, and Rourke's not going to make it to 198. Like, I know people don't like this. No.
Elgersma's gone.
I'd rather take Jefferson than Uyangalele. I don't know about you.
Oh, there's only 2 quarterbacks left in this class.
Yeah. No,
the only quarterbacks left are Shuck and Rourke.
I agree.
I know there's some Brady Cook truthers out there. And I mean, like,
I'm not mad at Max Brosmer, but I do the UDFA thing with Brosmer.
Well, Brosmer
I'm not drafting him, but I don't mind it.
Brosmer is the hold the clipboard type of guy who the Packers really like to have. Tim Boyle. All right.
Yeah, for sure.
Tim Boyle, useless on the field,
right?
But he can hold a clipboard. Brosmer is that.
Well, we better get Rourke or Shuck.
Whereas Graham Mertz can't even hold a clipboard. Yeah. He'll fumble it.
I think Rourke here just because, again, I know it's like I'm like legitimately just ignoring Kyle Williams at this point because he should not be here at 159. It's hilarious that he is. So I'm kind of ignoring Shuck as well just because he's not here,
Adam, I see you saying Dan Jackson. We don't have to take him here at 159.
We don't have to do that yet.
Rourke, we have to take at 159 if we're going to get it.
Yeah, we got to do that. I think we do that.
We're not taking Ty Robinson or Seth McLaughlin because we take them all the time.
We've done that. Yeah, we have done that.
Jake is vetoing taking Kyle Williams, even though I want.
I just like, obviously I would do that, but it like the way Brugler's talking about it, the way people are talking about it, like the insiders with like who have attached info. I'll come out and say it right now. I think Cam Ward and Kyle Williams could be Tennessee's first 2 picks. Just saying. I think there's a real good chance that we're talking about those two joining each other again, like they were teammates at Washington State.
I just don't know anything about their new GM. I mean, like their old GM was dumber than a box of rocks, and I don't know anything about the new guy.
Unless, from what I've heard, unless they love a tackle early in the second, which they may.
Yeah.
It sounds like the way they've built the O-line, right? You got Latham. You signed Dan Moore. Again, do I like that signing? No. But is it going to affect how they draft? Probably. Again, tackle might still be something they consider with Ursary or something like that, but There's a lot of talk about Williams going top 40.
Drew says a lot of people are predicting the Browns or Giants taking Hunter and trading up for Shador to reunite the two.
I think it's possible, but I think they're going to have to get in front of Pittsburgh.
Okay, a lot of people are predicting it. ... Coach Prime is trying to speak it into existence.
About those who join the same team?
Yeah.
It feels more likely for Cleveland because, like, Haslam will have no problem making that kind of splash. I feel like the Giants might actually be more sensible, but I don't know. That's a lot of insurance to add. Are we going to take Rourke? I think we take Rourke.
Well, I want to throw a couple names out there, though, because Quincy Riley is here.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. And then Jared Harrison Hunt is the other name I was considering here.
We haven't taken Harrison Hunt if you want to do that.
We took him like 2 months ago.
We did?
We've never taken Curtis Rourke. Too old for this, said would Prime follow if that happens. Here's the thing.
I guarantee you that frick, I can't even think of their coach's name. But Cleveland's coach would be ticked, I'm sure.
Oh, O'Connell. No, not O'Connell.
No. Frick, I can't.
The other guy. I'm picturing his face.
Yeah.
Kevin
Stefanski.
There we go.
I was like, I know it's I think he would not have a fun time with that. Which again doesn't really
Coach
matter.
Prime just signed a new deal with Colorado.
Doesn't really matter.
And it's a pretty big buyout. It's a pretty big buyout.
It is. But again, it's not gonna
He's the third highest paid coach in college football.
He's not gonna become the head coach the next day, right? If they go get Hunter Sanders, right?
Yeah.
He'll wait to see if it doesn't work.
Stefanski may not be around a super duper long time.
Right. Exactly. All right. What's the plan here? We got 3 more picks.
I don't know what the heck Adam's talking about here.
Donovan
Smith I meant. You meant what? Sanders. Oh, Dan Jackson is a Packer. Sorry, I meant Donovan Smith. Gotcha.
Which Sanders are we talking about? Oh, Joseph says he likes Sanders. I assume he's talking about Shador.
It's got to be Shador.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're doing Curtis Rourke here, right?
I think so.
Or are we doing Quincy Riley or Jared Harrison Hunt?
I think Rourke.
Okay, we're doing Rourke here.
The QB thing could have I mean, they have a lot of picks. Like, I think they're going to do the QB thing if they win one.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Jared Harrison Hunt is still here. Is Quincy Riley still here?
No. Go Harrison Hunt. We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah.
In a while. Yeah, we haven't done that in a while. What do we?
I saw that Keandre Lambert Smith was still here a minute ago. He's really not a Packer type, but he's a good football player.
Oh, I forgot about Buchanan, but we took King, so I'm good. I want King or Buchanan in that room.
Buchanan's long gone.
Yeah, even though he's ranked like 222 or something, I think
he's way long gone.
He's ranked like 222, but yeah, Shador.
Joseph was talking about Shador. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. Okay.
I don't mind Sanders. I just don't. I think I don't know if Joseph was sitting here when I said this. I think every QB has to sit in this class. I think everybody has to sit. I think like Sanders is just like a tick or two too slow. He's always throwing to guys when they turn to him. And if like the anticipatory ability doesn't continue to grow and develop, that is going to be a problem. And again, it's harder to continue to work to play faster in this league. But again, he's very precise, he's accurate, he throws a great ball down the field. Like he throws the most catchable ball, I think, past 20, 25, 30 yards, right? Like there's a reason, right? I mean, he is precise. He is the jump to Colorado from Jackson State did not bother him really. But again, it's just kind of like there's just a couple things. What do we think? Badger?
Let's take Armstrong here.
Oh, okay.
Here's the problem with Armstrong. He's old. He's 24 and a half for a wide receiver.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not great.
Contested catch rate 62%. Passer rating when targeted, 82.
Yeah.
I don't think he's great, but he's Packery enough.
Yeah, I think so.
Could be a fun pick. Change it up a little bit. So we got one pick left here. I kind of feel like we got to go.
Do you do the Desmond Watson thing for the?
Yeah, let's
Dan
bring this full
Jackson.
circle. We'll do Dan Jackson in the next one. We'll do one more lightning.
All right, we're doing one. If we're doing one more, we have 3 seconds to pick. Amos, Broughton, Gillette. I kind of really like how this started. I really don't care about the grades.
We never care about the grades. The draft grades are.
I like this. Like
It's different. You don't see this very often.
Like, think about this really quickly. Like, are you going to be mad about a defensive tackle at 54? No. Are you going to be mad at Trey Amos in the first? I don't think so. And you got him at 49. Plus, Lad McConkey's coming to this team in this mock. You got a lot of help in the secondary. Maybe we needed one more in the secondary, but I like how this shook out.
Yeah, three defensive linemen.
Well, Drew, yeah, obviously we're not going to get Lad for a 2, but that was the Joseph likes it. But yeah, I other than Watson, obviously, which is more of a bit than anything. All right, we have a wicked fast. Well, wicked fast. Randomness is going up. Who knows what'll happen? Abdul Carter went first.
Ooh, we haven't done Starks in the first round, and he's
Loveland.
here. Look at Loveland. Starks is right here.
Okay. You convinced me.
Oh, you know what? We did do him once, actually. But I really liked how that
Loveland.
draft turned out.
We've done Loveland and Starks, so.
We've done Loveland 200,000 times.
That seems unlikely.
Xavier Watts. Would you go Xavier Watts at 23?
No.
Okay, we're
Not
doing Starks.
Not with who's available. All right. We went Starks. Braden Swinson.
We've done Braden Swinson in the second round a lot, though. We haven't done JT in the second round a lot. Arroyo, we've only done once.
We haven't done JT more than Swinson? I feel like Swinson never makes it here. And I'm always talking about I hope Swinson's available.
Joseph says Higgins. Trey Harris is right here. Who would you rather have, Higgins or Trey Harris?
Joseph said Loveland in.
Higgins.
What? I probably Higgins.
I'd rather have Higgins, but it's close.
Got to get some sleep. Yeah, it's decent.
Love you too old for this. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for
that sick mock up that you did for us. Here, you know what?
JT. You want to go JT?
You know what? Here, before too old for this leaves.
JT?
Let's just admire his handiwork one more time.
I go JT.
Jaden Higgins or JT?
I go JT.
Let's go JT.
Got some power, man.
Smith.
Get some power
Preston
on
Smith
the edge.
replacement.
Continue to get power.
Ooh, Tate Ratledge. Beef up that interior.
Kyle
Williams.
Let's see. Oh, well, Trey Harris is still there.
Trey Harris might be the pick.
I think he is. I like Kyle Williams more right now, but Trey Harris could.
You don't want Jalen Milroe?
If I'm
third round?
If I'm the Giants for sure. I want Jalen Milroe in the third
Joseph
round.
wants Kyle Williams, but Drew says Trey Harris, run it. So Drew, here's your pick. Trey Harris.
I don't know.
This is a fun
Joseph
start
said
to this
Trey
draft.
too. Joseph said Trey too.
Uh-oh, it's glitching out.
No.
Don't like it.
Dang it.
Why is it glitching?
Because we went too slow.
What should I do? Should I reload the page?
Yep. Yeah. I think you have to. That sucks.
I think I have to. It's really sad.
All right. One more try.
I'm going to try and set this back to what I had it.
Taking a bite of my burger over here.
I think I did like this. I think this is what I did. Packers draft. Drew says we literally broke it with doing so well. It's true, man. It's true. Okay, let's see who we get. Can we get Starks again? Yeah, we got Starks again.
There we go.
Let's do it. Let's just try and replicate the last time around as much as we can. Who were you taking the second round last time? JT.
JT.
We got JT last time.
Oh, the
Can we
Chiefs
do that
got
again?
Loveland. Yep.
JT's right here.
Yep.
Morrison. Schwessinger.
May I ask a
JT.
question? Okay.
What?
No, go JT.
What?
JT.
What's your question?
No, it was just for giggles. No, go ahead.
It was for memes. Okay. JT.
I was gonna say, can I interest you in a Carson Schwessinger? No, if we go safety in the first, I like this. Ooh.
Who were we trying to take? Trey Harris. So Trey Harris is gone.
Well, I guess it's Kyle Williams.
So this is why it broke, is because it didn't want
it's Kyle Williams. Then.
We're not doing freaking Kyle Williams.
Yeah,
we're not doing it. No, we're not.
Okay, then I request 0 receivers. Let's see how
I'm
that
good
turns
with
out. Ooh, should we take Ferguson?
Let's see why not. Let's just see who else is available real quick. Oladeo. We're missing out on Oladeo.
Who's available at D tackle is a real question. Jordan Phillips.
Jordan Phillips.
Jordan Birch probably playing the same.
I think Terrace Ferguson is clearly the pick here. I am sad we're not getting Trey Harris. That would have been fun.
Yeah. I mean, I love Kobe Bryant. Don't get me wrong. We know that's not happening. You know?
Kyle is still here. I can't hate on Kyle in the 4th round, but Jaden Blue is here.
Ty Robinson.
We can't, okay?
Why not?
Joe is going to flip his lid.
Okay. Go scroll down just a hair. Scroll down just a hair. Okay, he's not there. Dang it.
Willie Lampkin.
Was hoping Farmer somehow.
Joe says, "Don't be surprised if Goot doesn't go wide receiver." That wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. The only thing that would surprise me about that, is that I don't think it's a great wide receiver class, and that means there's a bunch of crappy wide receivers here on paper who Goody is just itching to draft. All right, he's going to find guys who look like crap on paper, and then they come in and they're pretty darn good, except they drop everything. But they can route run like a Mama Jamma. Make some crazy contested catches, but they also drop everything. All right.
We can take that player. I know who it is. We'll take that player if we don't take Kyle Williams here.
Who are you thinking?
That receiver? Who it is?
It's Ty Felton.
No, I know who it is.
It's,
Keep going.
Oh.
Keep going. Keep going.
DK?
Nope. Keep going.
Chisholm?
Nope. Keep going. There he is.
We're really
Corey Brooks. Check the drop.
All right, that's our 7th round pick.
Yep.
We're taking Dan Jackson at 237 and Ja'Cory at 250. All right, that's what we're doing.
Dan Jackson and Starks. We're drafting the whole Georgia secondary. It's gone well before, many are saying.
Yeah. Jaden Blue.
God, we're gonna take safety, tight end, and running back. That's wild stuff. Love that. I mean,
all right, you talked me out of running back.
Probably my favorite player available. We've taken him so many times. I do Jaden Blue. We haven't done it. Unless you're going to take Ty Robinson. If you're not going to take Ty Robinson.
Joe will drive to my house
Got to take
Jaden
Blue. Got to take Jaden Blue then. Guess we're taking Jaden Blue. Gosh, I hope Riley's
starting the 5th round. That's when we can take Ty Robinson. This is
he's right here.
This is fair game now.
Yep, take him.
Let me just check QB real quick. Nope, it's dead. Okay, we got one more pick to make a decision about here.
So you said it's Ja'Cory and Dan Jackson. D-tackle them.
Oh, Jason Marshall's right here.
We just took one. What am I talking about?
I know. He's right there.
I wouldn't be mad about doing it again. Caleb Bransaw, play nickel.
Jalen Smith.
He's a playmaker. A little small, if I remember correctly. But he's a playmaker.
Oh,
Miles
we haven't
Frazier.
done anything at offensive line.
I was going to just mention Miles Frazier, yeah. Yeah.
Let's do it. I like it.
Okay.
All right, and then Dan Jackson.
Dan Jackson. Ja'Cory
and
Brooks.
then Brooks.
We did do Marshall in one of the mocks, I think, Joseph, if I remember correctly.
We've done Marshall a bajillion times.
JJ has often gone to bat for Marshall in the later rounds.
JJ likes Marshall a lot.
Gotta love that start. They loved the Ja'Cory Brooks pick. They love
I like
the
this.
Ja'Cory Brooks pick.
I like this. Print it. This might be one of our
interesting.
better ones of the night.
Yo, print it. I wouldn't post this on Twitter. The amount of you took 2 safeties, a halfback, and a tight end. Like, so
Hey,
what?
you know, the
So
people
what?
loved Goody's freaking draft last year when he's taken all these off-ball linebackers and safeties. They loved it. Running back, Travis Glover. He can't play football, but he's a nice guy.
Yeah, the Glover pick was interesting. I had JJ.
Nobody
I had studied Glover the day before the draft. Went to the couple of games and was like, no. This is a year away from a year away from a year away. You know what I'm saying? So Joseph liked it.
My worst ever. So in 2021,
I like the last
like an hour before the draft, I posted that my prediction was that we were going to take Eric Stokes in the first round.
Okay, and so then never do that again.
And then in 2022, like the day before or a week before the draft, I ran through my top 100 players and I listed Quay Walker as player number 100.
Wow.
And then also 2022 was the year I was all over the fact that it was 100,000% going to be Christian Watson, and I didn't. But that does not translate into me like rooting against him at the pack.
No, I get what you're saying.
That's not how we roll here.
I get what you're saying.
Drew said if we take Starks, it feels like giving up on Bullard. I mean, you can't give up on a rookie. Guy heading into year 2, can't give up on him.
I mean, he wouldn't be. Put it this way: he wouldn't be starting for me if we take Starks or Evan Worry. He would not be starting. So Evan would be taking over at nickel. Either way, in my opinion, I think Evan Williams. I think Starks is better at safety than nickel by a decent margin to me. So
Starks is better at nickel than at safety.
No, the opposite.
At safety than at nickel.
Yeah, that's where I'm like, if Green Bay were happy to take Starks or Evan Worry in the first, I'm playing Evan Williams at nickel to start. Like that's the starting lineup when they're in nickel for me.
Joseph said, I predicted Quay Walker right before the draft in a tweet thread with JJ and Ryan.
JJ said, why Quay?
JJ responded and said, why Quay?
Yeah.
I mean, do you think that Quay has lived up to a mid first round pick? Just asking.
Who's the linebacker one from that class at this point?
Probably Quay.
Dean had a good year last year before he got hurt. Devin Lloyd's been okay. Leo Chenal's found the right. Been, Leo, yeah, okay, I would say that's okay.
Chenal,
similar to Matt.
Chenal
was my linebacker one in that class, and he's filled the role correctly. But would he have done the same thing elsewhere? I don't know. Kind of a tricky one there. So that's what's tricky.
Drew said that's what is funny is you can both be right. That's true, because Joseph was right that it was the pick, and I was right that it should not have been the pick.
That one was the tough one. Yeah, that's what's the tough part about this, right? Is people at the draft of like you predict something. And people assume you really like the player, right?
Oh,
they predict the Packers to take. Like if Shamar's there, they're going to consider it. I don't want them to do that, but they're going to consider him.
Well, it's like in 2023, we all knew Vanessa was going to be the pick. Yeah, many people, most people wanted it to be JSN. Who did you want in 23?
Gonzalez when he was available.
Gonzalez, that's right. And again, Gonzalez probably would have been the right pick. JSN, probably not the right pick.
Again, it obviously changes the calculus if you take JSN there, right? Reed probably isn't a Packer in that scenario, right? So
I'm fine with that.
It certainly changes. Yeah, it certainly changes things up that way. But yeah, for me, Gonzalez was the best player available at that point. As much as I really like JSN. Was very surprised that he was still available. Was very surprised that teams continued to pass after the Packers picked, right? Where it's like, oh, the Commanders took Emmanuel Forbes before Gonzalez. Like, excuse me? But that's what's fun. You never know. You never know about these things. It's gonna be wild. Like Van Ness, maybe he turns the corner this year. This is like the year, though, right?
I mean, look, we all
This is
said,
the
and
year.
I said,
This is the year.
I said a trillion times, year 3 is the year for him. I said that he was my number one overall player in that draft. If he was ever going to be something, it was going to take him a couple of years.
Yeah, for sure. And again, I got to like that the Packers pick Shamar Stewart if they pick Shamar Stewart. No, definitely not. But I also understand, like, yeah, they're doing the thing again where it's like, all right, in 2027, we will find out about Shamar Stewart. So that's what's going to be fun. Obviously, we got one more show before the festivities, so that should be a good time. So that's cool. I'm thanks for all the donos tonight, everybody. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was fun.
A lot of great conversations tonight too. It seems
we
like
would have still done a bunch of mock drafts without that, but it makes it more fun. That
sure does.
Drew said he had Bakhtiari's second round pick.
When people go like, hey, do a mock draft and see what happens if you take him and Worry first, or do a mock draft where you take a tight end in the first 2 picks. Like those are really fun because it gives you like cool perspective of like, how can we do if we do this? So I enjoyed it. It was a good time. It's sad that mock draft season is coming to an end, but it is certainly exciting that
we've been
got some new Packers coming in. So
we've been in the paint so much on the draft that like once the draft is over and we're done like reviewing our draft class, I'm going to be like scratching my head trying to remember what types of things we talk about besides the draft.
Yeah, that'll be something for sure. I don't know what we're going to do.
Well, listen, we figured out what we were going to do tonight, and that was a mock draft bonanza sponsored by you guys. Thank you so much. It was a super freaking fun time. Maybe Jake will post all of our mock drafts from tonight, and we'll see what people think. And you guys can also comment on those and tell us which one was your favorite.
JJ only sent the 4 PFF mocks. He didn't send me the Travis Hunter, Genty, Cam Ward start to the first.
I tweeted that one, so you could quote tweet that one. Yeah,
really?
you could quote tweet that one and then do our PFF ones.
Heck yes, that's what we'd love to hear that.
Listen, it's happened
again.
Have you
gotten comments on it yet? You have. Okay.
I probably have. I've not been looking at Twitter. It's happened again. You've squandered 2 hours of your life, 3 hours of your life, watching us here on this absolutely demented live stream. We have so much fun here. Thank you so much. And in the words of the late, great, honorable Mr. Ed Policy, I wish you all a merry Go Pack Go.